on a flavorful journey as you sample your way through an all-new menu at the Seven Seas Food Festival. There's so much more to SeaWorld than ever before. Save up to 55% on tickets, fun cards, and passes during our spring break sale. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Sir,
Yeah!
how long have you been sitting on this?
I have not. That is yours.
You should have told me the minute. I didn't
forgot-
know what this box was
I
until
forgot
now.
until you opened the box.
See, this is going to seem like a shameless plug. I am so happy. This is yours, by the way. Highlands Chafing Relief. for us walking. We were just talking about walking.
We were
No,
talking
this is
about
yours.
trips.
Here. That was a present.
Okay,
I didn't
look,
know this came in. Oh, my God.
Kobe Walsh brought
Yes.
this for you.
Yes.
If you want to bonus
So-
me a tube of
Yes.
chafing relief cream, I will take it.
So necessary. Oh, my God. Right
I've
on
been
time.
relatively chafe free.
Really?
Yes.
I got a little heat going on.
I got a
Yeah.
little bit of something going on yesterday because I
Yeah.
got pretty particularly lathered up, as we
Okay,
say.
you were warmed up.
And so then my shirt got soaked, and then stuff started happening.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. See, now with Highlands, the chafing relief. First,
Yes.
I get relief. Number two, I could go longer now.
Oh,
because
well.
what stops me most of the time is not like cardio. It's like pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to go in and like
boredom? Does that sets into
Nah. I got enough
No?
music. I got music. I got podcasts.
Okay.
I got a lot of stuff.
after the 2-hour mark? I'm kind of like, yeah, I'd like to be
Really?
Yeah.
See, I can get through anything.
2 hours is about the.
Well, it's because you
the
don't
outside.
listen to anything when you do your hikes.
I did not listen to anything yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
You did? How do you do that straight raw? You just don't that
Get
inner
inside
talk.
there.
What do you talk about? That inner talk.
I down talk myself.
Yeah.
I organize my day. I
Okay.
think about what I got to get done for the week. I think about the people that are important to me. I think about who I need to touch base with, things like that.
You don't put that to music, though?
Very
Same
rarely.
stuff? Okay.
I would say I put the music on maybe once a week.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
It's not never.
Yeah.
But it's infrequent.
Tunes put me there. Like, I remember when I
Yeah.
heard this the first time, I was X, and then I think about that person, that whole part of my life.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
It reminds me of different eras. Like, this
Of
one's
course.
from college. This
Yes.
one's from high school. Like, all of that stuff for
Yeah.
sure.
Or you get that funny smile in the car when a song comes on from an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you can't tell what that smile is for. Yeah. See, you know what I'm saying? See?
No, I'm just yeah. You're just saying. The walk. I don't want to say it gets easy, but it goes
Yeah.
by much quicker with the music. I like to kind of sort out
You
my
like
thoughts.
the grind. I like it.
I like to sort out my thoughts. I
Nice.
like to look around and pay attention to the ground. Snakes yesterday. My original snake sighting yesterday, first of the season. Yeah.
What was it?
One rattler, little baby one, and one little king,
See?
I'm assuming a king snake. It was neither one was big. The longest, maybe 2
I hate
feet
snakes.
tops.
Remember Richard Pryor? Richard Pryor said snakes make you run in the trees, and he's right. Snake, pow.
I'm looking down at the ground.
Yeah.
I'm on a trail that's covered with dirt and sticks and weeds and grass and all the stuff. They're really hard to see, DeMarco.
I know.
They're super hard, and I nearly was going to step on one and kind of jumped over the top of it. Now, thankfully, that was the little king snake or whatever. The rattler was kind of in a flat part that was easy to see. He wasn't blended in very well, and he was slithering across the trail.
You hopped.
It's quite a few.
You hopped. You didn't roll an ankle. You didn't break anything.
No,
there you go.
That's when your inner athlete kicks in.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
All of a sudden, you're capable of doing some maneuvers that you wouldn't think you're capable of doing.
Yes, and you hear some pops and cracks you didn't know you had.
I put on my shirt this morning, and it sounded like someone was making popcorn in my shoulders.
There you go. A deck of cards.
How was your
Yes.
weekend?
Good, fun. We went to the park. We did some old school stuff. My daughter got dirty. It was awesome.
What'd you do?
We just went to the park with her and her friends. There were some other friends
Like
there.
on the playground and stuff like that?
I was going to do more laps, just walking around. So we stayed at the park for like 3 or 4 hours.
It's a full day.
It was fun, and they had fun with dirt, like going up and down this hill.
Oh,
and it was just so much fun. Like, Dad, I'm so tired. I'm like,
Do
yes.
girls throw rocks at each other?
dirt clods.
Okay.
Yeah. So they needed water, so I gave them water, and then they started making dirt clods.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, there's projectiles everywhere.
Well, so boys, you, me,
Yeah.
Jorge, you can. I don't know if girls. We would throw rocks at each other and then cover them with dirt, so when they'd hit, they'd make a little mark and stuff like that. But like boys are the thing. You know what we should do? Let's go throw rocks at each other.
You actually did that? You threw a dirt clod with a rock in the middle?
All the time.
What is wrong with you? That can hurt someone.
Well, I was 8.
See?
You're not really thinking about that when you're 8.
Nobody was hurt in my playground.
Right.
Nobody was hurt in my playground.
Right. Did
You did the same thing?
Yeah, but we didn't cover them with mud or
we would have
whatever.
chased you guys right on out of the park. Yeah, you don't do that. You can hit somebody in the eye.
I was
Now
8.
we're-
Which part of that aren't
I'm
you
just
understanding?
saying, you didn't know that?
It wasn't 40.
You could hit somebody right in the eye.
Well,
and
now
you
I
didn't-
know that.
Yes. See? Come on.
Yeah, but once somebody got hit in the head, you would stop. Okay. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
stop.
Somebody would
Yeah,
get
yeah,
Three
like a
o'clock
little
high.
cut, and it's one of those. Yeah, okay, we should probably not do that. We should probably not do it.
Yes.
Roars to UM. Did you ever throw rocks at your sisters?
Not to my knowledge, but I did other violent things to my sisters.
Yeah.
So,
For instance?
so for a long time, I was second oldest, and so before Maggie was born, so it was just me and Claire. I would pull Claire's hair. I would be like mean to Claire, and Claire was told she couldn't hit me back at all by
Because she was the older sister.
Yes,
Wow.
by our parents, and then our grandma was like, "You can hit her back," and then eventually it came out. So mostly we played pretend and occasionally hair pulling, but mostly just pretend play on the
Can't
playground.
believe you threw rocks at people.
Oh, yeah. Paul Weber, Rick Verbalitis, we'd throw rocks at each other. That's what we did.
Okay.
Verbalitis sounds like a
Verbalitis,
made-up
yes,
last name
that's
for
right.
like a soap opera.
He was his dad was a teacher at the school, right? And he said, I had verbalitis, but I'm better now. That was his last name.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
As
up,
long as
Rick?
you were getting hit with rocks too. If you
Oh,
got
no.
hit if you
It
got
was
hit
an
with a rock, you're good.
We were
okay.
equal opportunity rock throwers.
Okay.
I was not the only. You'd have to. We'd be like, you're.
If
in
you're
the, build a
returning
little
fire,
trench,
that's fair.
Well,
yes.
sometimes you would return fire. Sometimes you would. You would
if you're
be the initial
initiating,
assault.
that makes you a ruffian.
There
Yes.
was a lot going on. Let me remind you again that today is the final day to help make March matter with Children's Hospital Los Angeles and ESPNLA.com. Go to 710 for CHLA.com right now and bid on some fabulous experiences. For instance, the opportunity to go to Legends Attic out in Claremont with me and a certain person that frequently appears on this program that may have won a Cy Young Award and a World Series Most Valuable Player. Somebody like that might be there.
Actually, Travis, I'm actually working on my oral hygiene a little bit.
Are
like,
you?
yeah, I went to the dentist 2 weeks ago, so that's what I
There
was
you go.
trying to do. Yeah.
Well, that's I'm happy for you. And so we're going to go do something like that. A lot of great opportunities. So go to 710-4CLHLA.com to bid on some fabulous experiences, including me, including DeMarco, including a whole bunch of folks here at the station. So go check them out. Today is your last day to get it done. So make sure that you do it.
Can't be crying in baseball. Is he crying? Was Roki crying? Was he crying? What did you think?
Can I split the hair a little bit?
No. What do you think he was crying or not?
I think he was about to start crying.
You think so? Welled up with emotion.
Yes.
I-
He was
yeah.
overcome with emotion. I like that description.
Big moment, man. That's got to be huge. Think about that for him. He's pitching in Dodger Stadium for the first time.
And struggling.
And struggling. It's not going well. And then you get pulled. I mean, that's got to be, in his mind, probably the end of the world when you think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't.
That's
kid.
such a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Such a good point.
It ain't, kid. But, I mean, really.
It's not, but to him it is.
To him it is.
Yeah,
yes.
that's the thing. Like
Right.
with the benefit of age, experience, perspective, understanding, you realize it's a bad day after a previous bad day.
Yeah.
And it's not good. No one's saying it's good, but you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
But in the moment, it doesn't feel like
sucks.
it's ever going to be all
You're
right.
watching him grow up right there. So
But also,
even-
haven't you ever been so overwhelmed?
Yes.
Like, you've wanted this thing to happen,
Yes.
and sometimes you can't help it.
And it
a little
goes
comes out.
bad.
Yes.
Yes.
I cried once, but that was the national anthem. Yeah.
In a sporting event, you
In a
cried
sporting
once.
event. Yeah, it happens, but I mean, you do. That's part of becoming a pro. You can't be doing that.
I
Yeah.
understand.
You can't be. Yeah, you can't be putting that out there if that's the case.
It
Yeah.
was a weird visual for
Yeah.
sure.
You're on the Dodgers. They'll be
So,
okay. Yeah.
Yes. Roki Sasaki made his second start for the
Yeah.
Dodgers, and he pitched poorly.
Yeah.
There's no two ways to put it. He performed poorly. He had 4 walks in an inning and 2/3, which is really bad. That was on the heels of having 5 walks.
And he was all over the place.
He's walked 9 guys in 4 2/3 innings. He has 0 command of his fastball. If you don't have any command of your fastball, that splitter that we talked about, that the computer can't even identify, doesn't work.
Yeah.
I don't have to swing at anything because you're not putting the ball over the plate. And I would guess that for somebody as talented as Roki Sasaki is, for someone that has had the amount of success that Roki Sasaki has, this is probably the first time, maybe ever, and certainly probably in a long time, where he's lost.
Yeah.
To where he's like, what the hell is going on? I can't get anybody out. I can't get the ball over the plate. He's probably a little worried about coming over the middle of the dish because these are big league hitters. He hasn't faced a lot of big league hitters. He's going to be okay, but these were 2 very bad performances.
You know, it's when you get pulled from a game, and I think that early, that might be the most devastating thing. He didn't get a chance to work himself out of it.
He didn't earn the right to work himself out of it.
Right. So I think that might be more. Had he pitched a little bit more, maybe he finds his groove.
Maybe.
That could be frustrating. Maybe that's why he was sitting there. Like, I was just about to figure it out, and you took me out.
Okay, he might be thinking that. You could be right, but no.
Right.
I can't, dude, I can't. You've walked. What is it? You walk 4 guys in an inning.
I know what I'm doing. But Skip,
I have to move on.
I know what I'm doing wrong. I got it now.
We got to see if we can find this. There's a great piece of audio. It's from the World Series, I think in 1978, where Doug Rao is pitching for the Dodgers against the Yankees in the World Series, and he's getting clobbered early. Okay, and Tommy Lasorda is mic'd up, and Tommy goes out to take him out of the game, or to at least do a mound visit, and he says, Dougie, you know, I got to make a change here. He goes, Tommy, I'm fine. He goes, and Tommy, and it's only Tommy, there's a lot of beeps in this. Look at the blanking scoreboard, Dougie. There's 4 blanking runs. I don't give a blankety blank how you feel. I got to win the ball game. Like, your feelings are not as important as this game.
True.
And I get it, the game, whatever that be, game 4 or 5 or whatever it is, isn't the same as the World Series, but Dave Roberts' responsibility is twofold.
The Dodgers have to win.
To develop Roki Sasaki and to win games.
Yes.
And those 2 things were not compatible.
Would you have ripped him then?
Yeah, because here's the other problem. Here's the other thing. Maybe he wasn't close to finding it. Maybe it gets worse. And then you've
looking at his pitch chart,
his confidence goes even further south.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get to.
So maybe he thought it was about to turn. Maybe it was about to get a lot worse.
Yeah.
Let's come back and talk about this because they're fine. He's fine. He's pitched poorly.
I don't
twice.
know if he's. I don't know how to treat him. That's the thing.
I think that's what they're trying to figure out, and that's what we're going to do next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Chris Morales, and guess what, Jack? We're back, baby. And you could spend an entire Live Imaging Tuesday with me, 9 hours, to meet everybody at ESPN.
Jackson Jr. and producer Lindsay, and myself, apparently, for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw. On Monday,
I like it raw.
I guess. On Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, and there's going to be one grand prize winner who's going to win a pair of tickets to the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. You know which one that is?
I have a sense of which one
We can play the song, because I don't think that we'll get in trouble if we play the official song.
Okay.
RSVP now for your spot at ESPNLA.com. Must be present 2 years or older to enter. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. We'll see you there on April 7th for Monday Night Raw.
Right. I mean, for real. I said, well, I'm going to talk to Jacob.
Call him at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Visit him online at calljacob.com, and together we are LA Strong.
Call Jacob. Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $10,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plastpro, April 17th through the 20th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeaglelachampionship.com.
Visit San Antonio Winery to experience wine country in the heart of LA. We'll show you and your loved ones a good time. Share a meal inside our dining room or out on the beautiful patio as live music plays in the background. Sip and shop a range of delicious, award-winning wines and take a complimentary tour of our historic winery. San Antonio Winery, over 100 years of tradition, just 2 miles from Dodger Stadium. We hope to see you soon.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-452-6262. That's 800-452-6262. Again, that's 800-452-6262.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it.
Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Funny.
Radio's
Continue
Clinton
that
Yates
story.
Coming in.
Yes.
I really like calling you that.
What'd you call him?
Radio's Clinton Yates.
Radio's Clinton Yates.
He's on
Oh
the
my
radio
God.
right before us.
That is a fantastic bit. I love that.
Finish that story. Yeah.
I love that.
I will. I will finish it.
That's a good
I
story.
will finish it later on.
That is
for
straight
sure.
out of the
How you
natural.
feeling, Clinton?
I'm feeling good. I brought a little show and tell item for all of those who are Trojans fans who listen to us here.
Oh, cool.
And this is, if you were watching the USC Women of Troy against Kansas State, well, as we all know, Juju was knocked out of the game and out of the season against that matchup against Mississippi State in their last game of the year, the Galen Center. And so they brought a Funko Pop to represent Juju, and that's what the Funko Pop
That's
is.
awesome.
Yeah, I got one when we were at Selection Sunday. I actually got two because I was like, these are cool. And so there are other ones at the studio for Clinton and friends, and I brought this one to donate to it'll be in Carlo's office if people want to look at it.
There you go.
But yes.
I'm sure we could find a place for it
yeah,
in
but
here.
things get kind of,
Well, that's fair too.
Crazy. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
they get crazy. They disappear. They reappear.
Oh.
They
sometimes lose limbs.
Two cords. I've lost 2 cords here.
Two chargers?
charge cords.
Oh.
So yeah.
Twice. And headphones at one time.
The spirit of the Funko Pop is
nice.
Is what
Bro, so that was part of my weekend. Taking 3 kids below the age of 10 to the mall. And
how'd
every
that go?
store that has these, they stop. These pop.
Oh, that's the hot item.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
they want. Yes, every
Big
single
deal.
store. Yes, they go crazy for them. I
Big
love these.
deal.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah.
I'm officially out of the toy sweet spot.
Are you really?
Yeah, my kids are like there's some stuff, but they like the stuff that they want is expensive.
Yeah.
Right,
Tech stuff.
phones,
Yeah.
computers, like things like that.
Car.
That's cars,
Money. Straight up just money.
All right, let's talk about this. So, Susan and I are having dinner last night, and we're sitting there, and apropos of nothing, we're not talking about finances, we're not talking about cars, nothing, DeMarco.
Yeah.
She says to me, we really need to replace Michael's car. And I went, what? What? I said, what are you talking about?
Oh.
And she's like, well, it's got X amount of miles and it's making a weird noise. I said, okay. Well, he's got to make that drive. I'm like, we're just going to buy him a car? This is crazy talk.
Yeah.
And she said, well, it's just, I said to her, why are we talking about this right now? Like this, you just all of a
Oh
sudden
my God,
decided
that's
that you
funny.
want to spend a few,
off-ramp.
I love it.
like 10,000, 20. Like no, it's only a few hundred. I'm like, no, don't. It's this amount for the. She's like, no, I found one online. I'm like, she's already started looking.
Oh, okay.
So it's over.
Oh yeah.
Rogue mission.
It's
on the
over.
way.
And-
That car's on the way.
and over a bowl of Cipino and a glass of wine.
that's
She thought she
terrible.
could slide in new car.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, well, it's in. Oh, and then she brought up the tariffs. Well, they're going to get more. I'm like,
Oh,
stop.
here we go.
What are you, an
Come
economist?
on. Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
They're only going to go up.
Get out.
Getting
Oh,
in
my
under the
God.
tariffs going.
And by the way, guess who's going to lose this argument?
Yeah.
You've already
Right.
lost.
I've
there
already
you go.
lost.
It's already over.
I give her
before it
credit
started.
for at least letting me know she
Wow.
was going to do it.
I love that.
It was a lot.
love
It was a lot. We were talking about Roki Sasaki
Yeah.
last segment, and I think what you said, DeMarco, is really interesting. Like, how do they treat him going forward?
I don't know how you treat him.
Well,
Yeah.
I
He's
think
a phenom.
If I had to guess, I think this is the roadmap moving forward. He's pitched twice. He's pitched poorly twice. He's doing the one thing that I believe that can cause the Dodgers to lose games. He's walking people. If they don't walk anybody and they don't make any errors, they're going to be virtually impossible to beat. And he's walking guys. So I think they're running back out there on turn when his next one is, his third one. See how it goes. If it goes better, I think he gets a fourth one, and then we'll move on. If he has another time where he walks the world, now he's walked 9 guys in 4 2/3 innings, I think you're going to see a recalibration to your point, because he is a phenom, because you don't want to shatter his confidence, because they don't need him to win the division, to go to the playoffs. They can prioritize his development. I think you will see him go on a rehab assignment or a minor league assignment somewhere sooner than later if he continues to walk. And not because he's not a big league caliber player, he is, but you got to have some success to go have some success. And right now he's not.
That's
having
what I don't. How
success.
bad does that sting if you send him down?
It's part of it.
It's part of it, but it's also part of being a professional. I haven't followed specifically him in terms of what's been asked of him. Has the ball size question been asked?
I
talked
saw
about
written
it,
about
yeah.
this morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that is an adjustment that I think a lot of people don't realize is a factor. I'm not saying it changes everything, but it's one of those routine things where if you're just not comfortable with where you're getting your release point and what the ball is doing, you're going to miss spots. That's kind of the thing, and it changes. It changes things a lot.
It's smaller or bigger?
Smaller.
Smaller, and there's something with the
tackiness.
The tackiness of it all.
And the size thus correlates to the weight, which thus correlates to how your stuff moves.
You pitch, man. I mean, if I changed the ball on you, would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't be like you're playing a different sport, but it
Yeah.
would be like this. It's just like anything else. When something's slightly different, it feels like This is actually the perfect example. Now I think about it. You know, every once in a while you get that thing on the end of your tongue or your lip, and it feels like it's the size of a golf ball, and it's tiny.
Well,
It's those little imperfections that all of a sudden it feels like, oh, this isn't, and then you just kind of move on and you get used to it. He's going to be fine. There is no end result where the Dodgers just miss on this guy. He's going to be okay. He's too talented, but I said this, and many other people have said this as well. This was not Yamamoto or Ohtani. This was not a finished product coming to the American major leagues. This was an ascending talent who was just getting started in his professional career, who kind of jumped the typical progression of Japanese players coming to this league. They usually come here when they've played a ton of professional baseball. He hasn't. He is really super green, and he's playing in the best league in the world with wild expectations on a team that might be the greatest assemblage of talent ever put together,
which is cool.
And so it's anything that isn't A+ in quality looks weird.
I would go so far as to say that even if they do miss on him for whatever we're qualifying that to be, this is how you would do this anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Because of exactly what he's talking about. This is not an experienced guy. He's young. And breaking into the bigs is still breaking into the bigs. It's not easy. If it was that easy, everybody could do it. And I just feel that this is nothing to worry about, even if long term this isn't going to work out. This is how you do this with a pitcher this young. At some point, you've got to figure out where is your stuff. And if it happens to happen at the lower levels, I'm not saying he's got to go all the way down to AA.
No.
You can get him into Oklahoma. You know what I mean? Throw a couple starts, even if they're not wildly good outings, finding the strike zone is crucial to any of this. But I do think the ball element is a thing simply because, again, it's just different. And a lot of people don't know that about Japanese baseball, but I do think it matters, especially for a kid that young who does not have that much experience necessarily outside of that one particular scenario.
I hope he wasn't crying. That's Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and
that's
if he
part
was,
of
who
it.
cares? I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, for him, that was probably his worst moment of his life. You know what I'm saying?
I bet.
And it's going to get better from here.
You tell me.
Yeah.
You played at a high level in high school. You went and won national championships at college. You won a Super Bowl in the NFL. It happens to everybody at some point where you realize that just your talent is not just going to win the day. That at some point I need to be better. I need to work harder. And I'm just guessing here because I don't know his story all that well. But my guess would be because he's as talented as he is, this is the first time in his life that he has struggled to get people out.
Yeah,
and now it's one of those. You and I were
throwing
talking
that
this
can't
morning.
miss move against a first day center and
Right.
got broken in half.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
He got taken out, and so did I on a stretcher. Yeah,
Yeah.
different deal. Yeah, you have to raise your level. It is what it is. Yeah.
Sasaki's family, he lost a couple members of his family in a tsunami. So, worst day of his career.
Yeah,
certainly,
career.
not
Yeah,
of his life.
Not of his
And
life.
so
Yeah.
that's where I think that, and this is where I think specifically, this is where being on the Dodgers helps you because they are an organization that knows how to do these things right in terms of taking care of the human and the life. And it doesn't hurt that there is a cultural bridge now with that entire situation. And so I don't think that you're going to look at this as some guy on an island. I say that, no pun intended, regarding his home nation at all. I just think this is a tough start for a kid who's really got a lot of expectations.
Success is important too. That just to go and win an inning, even if that's against AAA players, even if that's in a spring training set or an extended spring training, just go down there and realize that your stuff plays, that you don't have to be perfect. My pitching coach in college was a guy named Bill Bonham who pitched in the major leagues for like 7 or 8 years. He had a nice career, but he was never an all-star or anything like that, but he pitched in the major leagues for 7 or 8 years. And he was giving me some advice because I was trying to be super fine with everything.
Oh, the Blake Snell.
And he said, he goes, when I first got to the big leagues, I thought the only way to get a big league hitter out was to throw 94 on the black. That was it. Anything over the middle plate's going over the fence because it's just not true. You just need to understand that you can get guys out with good stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect stuff. And I think that's what Sasaki is dealing with. He's trying to be perfect as opposed to good, going down, getting extended spring training or AAA or wherever it is that ultimately he may end up. Just get some guys out, and then you come back and go, that's what it is.
Watching the ball go through the hoop kind of thing.
Right.
Make a 2-foot putt. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, let's move it back to 3 feet, 4 feet. Make a free throw to open up the 3-point line. Just get somebody
Don't worry, kid. We
out.
got this. Bang, home run.
Did you buy any Funko Pops this weekend?
Who?
Did you buy any Funko
No,
Pops?
but God, no. Oh, my God. It's those little stores, and never mind. See, it brought back the agina with kids running around. Stay together. You know what stay together means? Am I speaking English?
Do they speak English in what?
I'm just saying.
Say
did you
what
hear
again?
me? Stay together. What does that mean? Define that.
To them?
Stay in a group, right?
Yeah.
Not go in 3 different directions.
That's what they heard.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But, yeah, they love these things.
Did you buy any?
No, God, no. They tried to soak me for shoes, too.
Shoes?
Oh, my God. They think I'm Uncle Moneybags or something.
Oh.
Every time we
they
go.
see you on the NFL Network.
Whatever.
They see you here. They see you all over the place.
Your daddy. Call your daddy. I'm Uncle. We look alike, but I ain't him.
I'll buy you a Happy Meal. I'm not buying you shoes.
And that's exactly we bought lunch. There we go.
Yeah, no, that's the right thing to buy.
Shoes is
All right.
mom and dad, yes.
Listen up all week to this show, the Trav and DeMarco Show, for your chance to win the Pechanga Angels prize pack, a pair of tickets to a future Angels game and a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. All you have to do is correctly answer a Angels trivia question, and you can listen all week from 9 a.m. to noon on 710 for your chance. So, look, you know how we do this. We ask you a question. If you're first, you got a really good chance. If you're second or third, you should probably get it right. We're just going to say like that.
Does
Make
Juju
sure
make money
you're
on
paying
that?
attention.
I think so.
Okay, good.
It's got her name on
I'm
it,
very fairly certain. She's also got one of the best NIL packages of any player in college sports, period.
I just got jealous.
Never mind women's basketball.
I wish I would have played college ball now. I could
State
have had
Farm,
one of those.
She's got a what's it called? The
degree, deodorant.
Yeah, what's the uniform company? again, they did the big league uniforms again that everybody hates.
Majestics?
Fanatics.
Fanatics.
She's got a Fanatics deal. Like, she's got an apparel deal. She's got all sorts of stuff.
I mean, name, image, and likeness is for exactly
That's
this.
that.
For Funko
Yeah.
Pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do like that we went back to the regular baseball uniforms and they're not see-through this year.
Oh, my God.
And the font isn't minuscule.
The nameplates are normal size. You
That
can
was
see
the
them
worst
from the
part.
crowd. It was awful.
That was the worst part.
I was screaming about this on national television last year for like weeks.
It's like you
'cause
need
it
a
was
microscope to read it.
genuinely affecting the viewing experience.
You know what it looked?
What
honestly,
a return!
You know what it looked like?
All this missing is
It looked like
mahjong.
it looked like a little league uniform.
It did.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It looked like the thing that you would have printed at your local sporting goods store. That
The
they'll do.
You guys
hardware
are talking
guys,
about
yeah.
clothes.
Yeah.
You're talking about clothes.
Absolutely.
You're talking about uniforms.
Right.
Yeah.
Uniforms.
Yeah, clothes.
Yeah.
Things
yeah.
I do a lot.
Not the game.
Yeah.
Not the game.
Not the
It's
game.
important. Not the game.
It's hugely important. Look good, feel good, play good, pay good. Ask Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Just got read up too, by the way.
Yeah, we talked about that on
Yes.
Friday. He's got
goodbye.
He's gonna be around for a while.
I like that. Can I have that?
No.
No.
He's taking it with him. He's taking it with him.
Emphatic no.
Lakers got a nice win in Memphis, and apparently it took a little conversation to get it done. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. And Next Gen, you know my friends at Next Gen. They're the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. And spring is here, right? Which means you got a little spring cleaning coming up. You want to clear out all the dust and allergens, not just from your home, but from the air that you're breathing every single day. And Next Gen is here to help you do that. Right now, ESPN LA listeners can get $100 off select indoor air quality products to help reduce allergens, dust, and pollutants inside the house. You can upgrade the air, protect your family's health, and enjoy cleaner, fresher air all season long. And they're going to make it easy for you to do it, right? Open 7 days a week. There are lifetime warranty options available. There are financing options available. And, of course, the Next Gen 5-star service. So don't wait. Call Next Gen right now. 833-3-NEXT-GEN. Call them today to claim your $100 off select indoor air quality products. That's 833-3-NEXT-GEN. Call right now.
The countdown is on. In just 2 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
In the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinal.
The countdown is on. In just 3 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
In the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
Pour it on, black and gold! The two biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe.
Giroud, Messi,
Lloris,
Suarez,
Bouanga,
Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, Denise! 3 days away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
More tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA. We're giving you a chance to experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego on us. From up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There's more to explore than ever before. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Tune in this Thursday for your cue to call and win a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh, yeah.
And we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the...
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Yes, you're out of your mind.
Sometimes the right thing is too expensive.
Yeah,
And that's how Shamu winds up at SeaWorld forever.
Well, what are you going to do?
Yes, sorry.
I do like that we're getting closer to the draft, DeMarco. It means we're going to get a lot of draft stuff going on. We got a lot of football. We're 12, but maybe June is the one spot where it's kind of like not super front of mind.
Well, okay, but remember where you are. The Rams are contenders, and the Raiders are rebuilding with Pete Carroll. So you couldn't be more excited to be in this area. Some places are as depressed as you would imagine. They know they're bad, and they're going to be bad going forward. The draft does nothing. We've done this before.
No, I get that. Yeah. But the draft is always optimism for most places.
Yeah.
And football, just generally speaking, put it on in December, we're getting ready for the playoffs. Put it on in August, we're getting ready for the season. There's no downtime for football.
Odd, right? The XFL, is it XFL?
It's the
UFL.
No, it's the UFL.
UFL kicked off.
Yeah.
No one saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's football.
It's funny. So here's
we
the thing.
We love ball, but just in certain parts.
Well, we like players we know.
Right.
And here's my thing.
Yes.
Here's my thing with this goes for just about everything. If we're watching something and we know it's not the best version of the thing, we're a little less likely to stick around.
Of course.
There's a reason AAA baseball is not on TV. There's a reason that the G League is not as present. It's like it's a notch
the next below.
Best thing.
Explain the Savannah Bananas selling out NFL stadiums.
Because it's the Globetrotters.
Bananas,
and people want to see the circus. They're not going to watch baseball.
And in the best version of the Globetrotters.
Yeah, they're going to watch.
Do you hate the Savannah Bananas?
I don't hate them. I'm completely uninterested in them.
They entertain me. Do you like them? I hope so.
I think it's a fun thing to do.
When
but
Ump gets into it, it cracks me up. Oh my God, it makes me
If I want to see a play, I'll go to the theater. I don't need a baseball themed circus. That's just not for me.
I
want to take what you like.
I want to take you to every single game there is just to see your face.
Do you know what I saw this weekend?
What?
I went to go watch my Gauchos play on Friday night against Long Beach State. They got their heinies kicked.
Yeah.
They're having a bad year, DeMarco. It's
really?
A little challenging. Going to stick
talent-wise or what?
No, not from what I was told.
You're blaming the coach.
No, I'm not. No, definitely not that. That guy's been amazing.
It's got to be the X's and the O's of the Johnnies.
It's lack of performance.
Oh, really?
But I was watching. Made me think of it. It's like college baseball. It's good baseball, but it's not major league baseball. And you're just watching and going, why did he do that? Oh, because he's 19 and he's in college.
He's young.
That's why he did that.
Right.
Stop getting thrown out at third base when you're behind by 6 runs. Don't do that.
That's bad.
That's what happened on Saturday night, or Friday night, I should say. Lakers on Saturday afternoon. Nice win against Memphis. Ja was back, which for those of you that like conspiracy theories with Ja and Taylor Jenkins, you can go ahead and fill in the gaps with that however you want.
Conspiracy. It is what it is.
Maybe.
Another coach bit the dust because the player didn't like him.
Yeah, it could be.
It's never been more obvious. He played, right?
He played.
All of a sudden
that
he played.
That was. It's hard to argue otherwise.
Right.
I like that the Lakers had a little come to Jesus meeting after the Bulls lost.
Yeah.
And they turned around and played really well against, or at least they scored a lot of points against Memphis. They won the game. And Austin Reeves was talking about how animated LeBron was in huddles and everything else. And I think this is very good news for them moving forward.
The meeting or the win?
All of the above.
You know,
the win, obviously. But I'm just saying that if Austin Reeves, who's been with LeBron James for a few seasons now, is saying, no, I have not seen him animated like that in a long time, and I loved it, I think that's really good for mindset and what I'm hoping is getting ready to come around the corner in the postseason.
It keeps reminding me, it's so weird. This whole year has been so strange because you started out with AD and LeBron, and you weren't that bad, fair to middling.
Yeah.
Then the trade happens, and you catch fire. You caught fire actually before the trade.
A little bit before, yeah.
You rocket up the charts, and now you're kind of settling back to who you are, and with this new group.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to remind yourself, these guys, like we said last week, they're still learning to play together. So this is another symptom of that. I hope it was you guys. This is JJ saying you guys are the three guys that are the engine of this team. We're going to go as far as you take us. Could be that. Or it could be, hey, look, you guys just aren't gelling. We got to figure this stuff out. Let's get in a room, just the four of us, and let's get it all out. Because if we start playing together, we can win something. If we keep fighting each other, we're going to keep dropping games that we should be winning. So either way, whatever, you got the positive result versus the Grizz.
Yeah, and I think it's the positive result against Memphis is good news. But I also think there's something larger taking place simultaneously, which is basically we don't have a lot of runway left. We got to start playing our best basketball. We haven't played enough together. We've missed guys because of injury. We've missed guys because of load management or whatever it is, that we haven't had our full group of guys together enough to kind of know exactly what it is we have. We only have 8 games left, 7 games left, 6 games left. The number's going down. It's time to go to work. It's time to just play like we're going to have to play in the postseason. And I'm hoping that's what the conversation was in the meeting. And I'm hoping that's the tone that LeBron is setting moving forward, which is we're going to have to figure this out on the fly, but we have to at least get these things right. We have to communicate more. We have to be more aggressive on the defensive end because we don't have time to just keep kicking the can down the road saying, when the playoffs come, we'll be a lot better. Playoffs are around the corner.
Yeah. If you got Houston twice in the next 8, and you have
Golden
State too. What would that do for you if Houston just absolutely runs away with it? I mean, just mops you up.
Nothing good.
Nothing good for this run and going forward. If you're not even close to them for the next 2 games, and Golden State with Jimmy Butler embarrasses you, that would change your thought process a little bit.
If they get embarrassed, sure, that there's nothing really good. If they lose these games, but they lose by a basket or two, that doesn't mean a whole lot to me because that's a bucket here or there. That's a stop here or there. If they're getting housed,
if you give the same effort or whatever mistakes you made that made Chicago run away with it, or Chicago come back again the second time they played you.
Sure.
If you do that to Houston, they're going to run you off the floor. You know what I'm saying? So we need to sew that part up before we play. So that's what I'm hoping that meeting's for.
It needs to look better. The results, you're hoping they win every time they play, but I'm okay with a tough loss against a good team if it looks right.
Yeah.
A regular season. Now, in the playoffs, nobody gives a damn.
You're almost to the point where you need to win, period.
Well, yes and no. I understand what you're saying. Like, they can't go on an extended losing streak.
No.
But if they play well, they won't. If they play well, they're going to be, at worst, win, lose, win, lose.
I feel that way, too, but I'm not sure because Houston's playing out of their mind. So is Golden State. So your best may be just a bit short with them, how they're playing. But I would bet that top 3, what we're just talking about, and you have to include Austin Reeves in that scenario. He is part of the big 3. If they are both or all 3 are hitting at the same time, I don't know who beats you in the West. But as long as you're doing it together and working, that's what I'm saying.
I struggle with that.
Yeah.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Because if LeBron James / Luka Doncic is your second best player, put whoever you want in the top spot, I don't care. The other one is your second best, I got a great chance to beat you.
Yes.
If my third guy is Austin Reeves, that's really good news. Like offensively, not a lot of teams are going to match up with that. But if their defense is bad, if their communication is bad, if their intensity is bad, they can lose to anybody.
Yeah, I have no problem on the offensive end. It's just on the other side working together and getting your rotations right, especially with who's coming. And
like the
when
game
the playoffs
on
start, everything's going to change anyway. Yeah.
They scored 134, right? I think it was 134 to 127. I'm going by, I don't have it in front of me right here. But you give up 127 points, you're going to lose a lot of games.
Right.
A lot of games.
They give up 127.
Yeah.
134,
So did they win? Yes. Did the meeting help? Sure. Did they? But they gave up 127 points. But that's a problem.
I would take this as if you could outscore people and this is the way you're going to win, then so be it. You're going to have to score 130 points a night.
That's really hard to do in the postseason.
It may be easier to do than stopping people at this point. That's what I'm saying. Might as well. That could have been what that meeting's about. This is how we're going to win from here on out.
If their path to advancing the playoffs is score 130 points a night, we're going to talk a lot of baseball.
Very quickly.
Right?
Yeah,
that is a very bad plan. That's like going into the NFL play saying, hey, as long as we score 7 touchdowns a game, we got a really good chance. Okay.
That would be the last, the last ditch effort there.
Okay,
yes.
That's cool.
Fire everything. Yeah, no doubt.
They need to be a lot better on that other end, but they're going to score.
They got the win.
They're going to score.
Yeah, that's all that matters is you.
No. That's not all that matters.
For me, it's all that matters is you got the win, and
that's it.
Move forward. Yes, you're getting wins from here on out.
127 points.
I could care less.
So team
style points out the window. Who knows what this team is going to be?
They're going to style.
They're going to be so up and down. You know it.
Style is aesthetics. This is they can't stop anybody.
This is their style. Okay, we can't stop them today, so let's score 134 to win the game. Oh, we are playing great defensively. Let's lean into that. That's how it goes now.
Okay. I don't think so, but sure.
Our identity is we don't know our identity. That's it.
That could be it. The Far Side's coming up next.
JJ. The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the
Join Kathy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park party and play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and producer Lindsay, and myself, apparently, for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw. On Monday,
I like it raw.
I guess. On Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, and there's going to be one grand prize winner who's going to win a pair of tickets to the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. You know which one that is?
I have a sense of which one
We
it
can
is.
play the song, because I don't think that we'll get in trouble if we play the official song.
Okay.
RSVP now for your spot at ESPNLA.com. Must be present to win, which means you're going to have to be in the house at HPC. ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. We'll see you there on April 7th for Monday Night Raw.
Till you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
No, stay there. I'm glad you were there. You were telling me the story about helping your son with pitching, and that fight, because we all have it. When you could, there's some advice you want to impart on your kid, but they don't want to hear you. They can't hear your voice for some reason. Doesn't that drive you nuts?
When it's coming If you don't want to hear it and it comes from your parents, you'll never hear it.
You'll never hear it. There's some girls like that play softball in my neighborhood. The mom pitched at UCLA, won a national championship pitching.
Yeah.
And they won't listen to her.
Who won't?
The kids won't.
Oh, no, of course
not.
not.
Her kids won't.
No, of course not.
It's just kids.
You don't listen to your folks.
Yes.
You listen to other people.
Right.
Hopefully. And then eventually you'll listen to your parents if you're doing it right.
If you and I were coaches, okay, I'll coach your kid, you coach mine.
That would probably be more successful.
You take my kid down there,
Yes.
I'll take my kid down here, we'll get it right. It's just so funny how that works. And I was thinking, man, do you ever heard of the name Ray Brown? Ray Brown played offensive guard. He may be
a huge guy, right?
Huge monster of a guy. So he is he's got a weird career. This is before they had the actual practice squad in the NFL.
Okay.
They called it the old school taxi squad.
Right.
It was practice squad. So he was basically a practice squad player for the Washington football team, the other name, way back in the early 90s, late 80s, for like 8 years.
No kidding.
All he did was practice
Can
for
I
like
interrupt
8
real
years.
quick?
Go ahead.
Can you make a living doing that?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you're smart, you're going to be at the top end of the low end.
Okay.
The low end of sports is pretty high end.
Okay.
You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But like, it's not. You can pay your bills.
You're
on
not
that
paying
job?
for food. If you're like us, like you said, you can live in one suitcase.
Yeah,
You
okay.
get all your clothes washed for free.
Okay.
Sure you can. And Ray's not dumb. I learned this later. But we went through a lot, me and Mr. Brown. Like, I still apologize to him to this day for this reason here. So he was a practice squad guy, and he was a second-year starter when I started to play against him in my second year.
Okay.
Does that make? But he had 8 years of experience on me.
Yeah,
so
he was a pro.
Right, and I'm still learning this game, thinking of Roki Sasaki. So he had me so flustered that I would start doing dirty stuff.
Okay.
Punch him in the face, jump off sides, trying to get him to get mad so I can get him to lunge so I can beat him. I'm trying to trick this guy.
Yeah.
Had me so flustered for years, like 3 different teams. He was the Washington football team. Then he went to San Fran and like handcuffed me for years. Couldn't sleep the night before.
That's where I remember him
Oh
from.
my God!
Yeah.
He made me jump out of. I hit him in the back once, 15-yard penalty in Candlestick Park. I hit this guy like in the open. A tackle, hitting a guard in the back. Imagine that. As hard as I could because I was so frustrated. And then he went to I think one more place, Carolina, and locked me up again.
Yeah.
And it was just the last moment to where I'm lining up and I'm thinking about all the bad things he's done, how embarrassing it has been. This is all pre-snap. And it had gotten too much. And this is in the middle of a cadence, right? So I'm losing my brain getting ready to rush this guy. I've already lost before I took a step.
I was just going to say, you're cooked before the ball's even been snapped.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went through this, and the play was a dead play. And I thought in that moment, I'm sitting in St. Louis, and I look up at the sky, and I said, you know what? I don't care. I don't care from this moment if I win. I'm going to work my technique. Because I got so used to not winning, I stopped working my technique on him.
Right.
It just got stupid, right? And more frustrating. I'm just gonna work my technique on the dude. The game slowed down. It really.
You started worrying about the thing you needed to be worrying about at the beginning.
Crazy, but your mind gets away from you.
The mind is a monster, DeMarco. It is a monster, and I think, and I don't know if this is me or most. Given the unknown, your mind will always go to the worst possible scenario.
The worst, yes, I know.
That if I don't know the thing in the universe, I start trying to figure it out, I'm always going to end up in the deepest, darkest hole.
Yes.
Because this bad thing could happen, which will lead to this bad thing, to lead to this bad thing, and now I'm cooked. As opposed to, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's just worry about this thing in front of me.
Right in front of me.
Yeah.
Take a breath. Let's come off. Let's rip. Let's do what we got to
Sasaki.
do. It's not there. Pull off and go. I wish somebody could have pulled me out of the freaking game.
Yeah.
And saved me the beatings.
And I think
oh my God, yes.
That's what the Dodgers are trying to do with him. It's like, okay, this is not going well. Before he gets further down into that hole, before he gets more and more discouraged, before he loses more and more of his confidence, let's take him out. Let's reset it. Maybe it's reset when he pitches next time in the big leagues. Maybe it's a reset in the minor leagues. We'll see, but he's going to be fine. But he needs to focus on his technique.
Work on your stuff. Work on you. Forget about this stuff here. And it's so funny sitting on the bench in a nationally televised game, having Ray Brown kicking the crap out of me.
That's got to suck.
Not only that, see, you may not even know on TV because I'm just not making plays.
Right.
75 is not making tackles. But what's really going on is this guy's kicking my ass.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting on the bench praying the offense stays on the field a little bit longer so I don't have to go back out there. So I know when I say I hope Roki wasn't crying, I'm not making fun of him. I know exactly what that feels like.
And I don't care if you played Little League Baseball or NFL football like you did. At some point, you're like, I just don't think I'm ever going to succeed ever again.
Right.
I am never going to get another hit.
I was more of I suck.
Yeah. I'm never going to get a hit because I suck. I'm never going to get a guy out because I suck. I'm never going to make a tackle because I suck. I'm never going to throw another complete pass because I suck. And it's not true, but it feels true in the moment.
It feels true at the moment, definitely. Yeah. And one more thing. I remember my first start. I have it right here. It was October 16th. 1994. It was my first start ever in the National Football League.
Who's it against?
The New York Giants.
Okay.
And they had a guard named Big Cat Roberts.
Okay.
Right.
Good name.
Big Cat, that means you're a big dude that can move.
Yeah.
That's a name that travels. There's been 4 or 5 Big Cats in the league. He was like number 2.
Okay.
Big dude, 6'7", 340 pounds.
Move his feet.
Move his feet. But to that point, I'd never seen a dude that big. Remember, this is my rookie year.
Sure.
So this is the land of the New York Giants. So I'm like, oh my God, this is a different league. So scary, but get right. Because they don't get smaller from here.
Well, what's crazy, and I think Sasaki is dealing with this, and I think what you're describing is when you go up against somebody you've never seen before that you know is the best that you've seen or the biggest that you've seen or whatever the new thing is.
Yeah.
You actually have to go backwards and make it even simpler.
Yeah.
That instead of going, okay, how do I beat a guy that's 6'7", 300? It's like, all right, work on my technique, work on my leverage, work on the scheme, like work on the things that I can control. Because if I start thinking of big, I'm dead.
Good hand placement works. Okay, so remember Darrell Henley? He's in jail now, the Rams corner. This is how good he was. We used to put him on Jerry Rice. So Darrell Henley was a veteran when I was a rookie. He was a team leader.
Okay.
This is before he got arrested. Rams fans know who I'm talking about.
Yes, we do.
So I'm in the huddle. My eyes are this big, right? And he can tell. He's known me since I was a sophomore because he went to college with my brother.
Okay.
So
he was a Bruin. That's right.
He was a Bruin.
Yeah.
So I get in the huddle, and my eyes are just huge. And I'm looking around the huddle, and everybody's got their head down. They're thinking about they're being pros. He's staring a hole through my head like, bro, are you really this nervous? We've been talking about this since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Now you're going to be scared? Like, loke up and let's go.
Let's go.
Wake up and let's
Do
go.
your job.
Snapped out of it right then. Yes.
I think that's what Tommy Lasorda was trying to do with Doug Rao in the 1977 World Series. Pull your head out of your you-know-what, and let's get going. We'll play that coming up in just a little bit. Plus, Oral Hershiser said something on Saturday that I think was the perfect encapsulation of what the Dodgers are going to be in 2025. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Chris Morales, and guess what, Jack? We're back, baby. And you could spend an entire live imaging Tuesday with me, 9 hours, to meet everybody at ESPN LA. We'll get you lunch from LA Live. Plus, you can eat pie with Kathy. All you got to do, as part of the Make March Matter campaign with our friends at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, bid on the Lit Experience right now at 710-4chla.com. 710-4FORCHLA.com.
Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and producer Lindsay, and myself, apparently, for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw. On Monday.
I like it raw.
I guess. On Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, and there's going to be one grand prize winner who's going to win a pair of tickets to the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. You know which one that is?
I have a sense of which one
We
it
can
is.
play the song, because I don't think that we'll get in trouble if we play the official song.
Okay.
RSVP now for your spot at ESPNLA.com. Must be present to win, which means you're going to have to be in the house at HBC. ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. We'll see you there on April 7th for Monday Night Raw.
Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park, party, and play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
You haven't applied this so far.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
I don't even know what it smells like. Hold on. What it smells?
I'm going to guess eucalyptus.
You think so?
That's my guess.
Yeah. Oh.
What do you
Can't
got?
open it.
This is the anti-chafe. It doesn't smell like anything.
Oh, perfect. I might.
Yeah.
I'll do it during the break.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't do it right now.
No Steve Mason stuff. I'm not stripping down to
Kobe brought us some anti-chafing salve.
See,
balm.
Okay, so
hardly ever do I tap out when I'm walking because I'm tired, or because of 9-do diet, because my knees hurt. Don't tap out. But chafe, I got to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, it's because it's funny. You guys are using these creams, or you guys talk about these, but I never thought of using stuff like that. So the good thing about having a baby at home is that you use their diaper cream,
the Desitin.
Yeah, and then that. Done, man. That did it for me.
Desitin is like a miracle drug.
My man.
I never thought of that.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
I never thought of that in the butt paste. I never thought of that. Oh, dang it.
Desitin is a game changer.
Yes, really?
Sir.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, once you
Where
get
were you guys a couple years ago? Yeah.
Well, powder. My room looks like a
Tony Montana.
It looks like a baby powder factory exploded in my bathroom.
Yeah. Oh my
It's
God.
everywhere.
It's baby powder, officer.
There's a lot of stuff
Wow.
going on there. You mentioned your diet. Did you go to In-N-Out? You mentioned
No,
you
fought
didn't?
it off.
You stayed strong.
Fought it off.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you? Did the moment pass? Or are you still
No,
got the itch?
never came up. Never,
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really have the urge, like the
You did it
the craving
going into the weekend.
I thought so, but the
Yeah.
craving is not pulling me to it.
You went all right?
I'll get there someday. Yeah.
All right.
We'll
That's
get
good.
there.
That's good. So we were talking about Sasaki, and he came out of the game early again. He pitched poorly.
Yeah. Can't be walking people
Four,
as a Dodger.
four walks, 1 and 2/3 innings in his second outing. In his first two outings in the major leagues, he's pitched 4 2/3 innings and walked 9 guys along the way.
Can't do that.
His velocity was down in game 2 from game 1. His splitter, it's not an effective pitch if you're not throwing strikes. The way you get that pitch to work for you is they think it's a strike and they chase it out of the zone. If everything's out of the zone, they're not going to swing at the pitch. So no command. And like I said to you after the Japan games, like he had some moments that were really high, but if you're walking guys like that, the manager can't keep running you out.
No, that's the only way. Like you said, that's the main weapon, or the only way to beat the Dodgers is walk people, put people on base. But great job by the bullpen coming in and supporting them, and even better job by the offense. But why should I have to say it? This is what you're built for.
Yeah, no, and they're built to win a bunch of games.
Yeah.
And before we get to that, I just want to. You were asking earlier about should they have left him out there? Should they have let him work through it?
If you just look, I know, Skip, it's been bad, but I think I figured out what I'm doing wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Tommy Lasorda in the 1977 World Series talking to his starting pitcher Doug Rao.
Feel good, Tommy. I don't give a you feel good. There's 4 hits up there. They all hit the opposite way. I don't give a Tommy, you got a left-hander here. I can strike this. I don't give a Dougie. Well, I may be wrong, but that's my job. I'll make the decisions here.
That could have been maybe a little more tactical.
Yeah.
But they said, look, I understand
That's
that
far
you
more
feel
tame
good.
than I thought that would be. Yeah.
I understand that you feel good. I understand that they were opposite field hits, but we're going to make a change. And that could be for Dave and Roki, probably not nearly as explosive.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the Apple TV Plus, the entirety of the 3 episodes?
I haven't
So
seen
in the
it.
third episode, it shows Dave's, the mic'd up of Dave going to Trinan on the mound. And the in Game 5, and
Yeah.
so and just they really pumped that moment of Dave went out there, reassured him, and like got the idea that Blake Trinan could finish out that inning, and then left. So it was a huge thing of like you left him out there, and it was
when he goes out when Dave Roberts leaves the dugout to go to the mound, 9 out of 10 times that pitcher's coming out of the game.
Yeah, usually.
Very rarely does he go out there for what M described, which is kind of a pump-up speech. Mark Pryor's job is to go out there and say, hey, you're overextending, your arm slot's bad, whatever it may be.
Pitching coach, motivation.
The manager brings a
manager
hook.
is right. He's
Right.
taking you out.
The manager brings the hook. So
Right.
I think they're protecting Roki from Roki.
Yeah.
That let's get some success. Let's not dig this hole any deeper. Because let's say he does get out of that inning, he goes back out there and watches 2 more guys the next inning. We're actually in a worse spot than we were.
Right.
But I think you bring up a good point, DeMarco, which is they won the game anyway.
Yeah.
You know, he spotted him 2 runs in the first inning, and then, you know, fast forward a couple innings later, game's tied. Fast forward a couple more innings after that, the Dodgers have the lead. Fast forward, they end up winning the game. And Oral said something, I believe it was on Saturday night's game, that was so spot on to me. It just kind of went, oh, yeah. And it was when Teo had the double down the left field line to give them the lead. And he said, the game is just too long for the opposition. You're not going to get through that lineup 3 or 4 times without some damage happening. It's just, you might get through it once. You might even get through it twice. Maybe if you're having the night of your life, you might get through it a 3rd time, but you're going to have to turn that line over 4, 4.5, 5 times. It's not going to happen for you. No. They're going to have an inning or 2 where they string some hits together, and the next thing you know, you're behind by 3 runs.
Somebody is going to get you.
Yeah.
Somebody in that lineup is going to get you. It's ridiculous. And going back to Roki for a minute, what a great place to be in.
Yes.
You get to develop as a major leaguer, and if it's not going well, if you were sitting there at the end of the dugout crying because you think you let the team down, no, this is not that
We're
team.
good.
You're going to be fine. Yeah. At the end of Dave's little response about Roki is, we have a good baseball team. He's going to be fine. We have a good baseball team. We can pick him up.
We'll figure it out.
We can figure this out going forward. And I think what Oral says is exactly right. And I was going to ask you on the way in. So you can win with pitching, you can win with bullpen, you can win with hitting. Any chance all 3 are just done for the day?
Occasionally, but not very often.
Not enough, right?
Not very often.
Because one's going to be going or when the other isn't.
So think about it. They've played 5 games. They're 5-0. First time they've been 5-0 since 1981, which, by the way, they won the World Series in 1981. Not that that's just a coincidence, I think. However, through 5 games, they've won games with their starting pitching, Yamamoto in particular. And Snell was certainly not bad. He wasn't great, but he was pretty good.
Yeah.
So your starting pitchers have shown up a couple of times. You have won with your bullpen other days. Your bullpen has been very good those other 3 days, right? On the days where they haven't been very good, you've had the offense show up and carry the day. You've had it with stars where you had Mookie Betts with a pair of home runs, Freddie Freeman with a home run. Shohei Ohtani's already got multiple home runs. Like, your very best guys have been your very best guys. On the days where maybe they're a little bit more quiet, Tommy Edmonds hitting home run. Teoscar Hernandez is getting big hits. Will Smith hit a big hit. You said it. You're not going to have a bunch of days where all of those things
3 are not
missing.
are not playing. Yes.
And I would argue that there's a 4th or maybe
Dave,
even a 5th.
I was thinking Dave.
6 if you want to throw. Sure.
Dave making mistakes.
You have a manager making good choices.
Yeah.
You have your stars. You have your role players. You have your bullpen. You have your starting pitchers, and you have your defense. Right?
Oh,
like there's 6 components that they could theoretically either lose or win games with, and so far they haven't had an 0 for 6 or an 0 for 4 or an 0 for 5, whatever we want to put it in. They're just, the game's too long.
Right.
You can't expect to get, okay, I'm just pick a guy. We got to Alex Vezia. Okay, well, he's only going to pitch an inning.
Right.
Here comes Tanner Scott. Here comes Kirby Yates. Here comes Trinan. And soon enough, it's going to be, here comes Michael Kopech, and here comes Brusdar Graterol. They're not all going to have bad days.
No. And you're going to pitch Glasnow tonight, right?
Tonight, first time all year, Game 6. Sure, why not? Dustin May tomorrow? Sure.
Wow.
Why not?
Come on.
Why not?
Wow.
And
Why
by
not?
the way, Shohei
now
Ohtani,
you can start their ruining baseball.
Shohei Ohtani might come back in the middle of the season. Sure. Why not?
Now
and
you
by
can
the
start
way,
that combo.
if he comes back and he's what he is, he's probably your best pitcher.
Your only weapon against the Dodgers is torpedo bats.
What do you make of that?
That's your only weapon.
What do you make
against
of that?
Look, you might as well come up with something. Somebody
Do you
better
think
come
it's
up
something?
with. I'm just speaking of the Dodgers right now, right? You're 5-0, and you're a juggernaut. You look unstoppable.
Okay.
You better come up with something somewhere else.
Yeah.
It may be torpedo bats.
Do you think it's something?
It might be.
Yeah.
It seems like it's the
They hit 10 home runs, right?
Right.
No, they hit 15.
Oh, 15 home runs.
Now, I don't know
in
with
one
the
single
torpedo bat.
Yeah.
So, for those that don't know what we're talking about, the Yankees this weekend hit 15 home runs in 3 games. Not all of them were hit with torpedo bats, but many of them were.
Yes.
They hit a team record 9 home runs in one game on Saturday afternoon.
Right.
Okay. It's a bat that the shape is a little bit different than the traditional baseball bat shape that we've seen.
Skinny to fat, right?
Skinny to fat is the typical
Normal.
shape. This is skinny to fat and tapers towards the end.
Yes,
So
dad bod.
The fattest part is the barrel, basically.
Right.
And the barrel comes down towards the hands a little bit more. It's shaped like a torpedo a little bit.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right? I don't know.
What? If it's working?
I don't know yet.
It actually makes more sense when you think about it.
It does.
Yes.
It
put
does.
more wood where you usually hit it.
It does.
Yeah.
Here's the case for, okay? The case for is they just hit a whole truckload of home runs on opening weekend.
Right.
That some guys that you don't associate with a bunch of power pop some home runs.
Right.
Okay? The rub against it is you're telling me that we've been playing baseball for 140 plus years and they just now figured out to move the fat part down a little bit? That seems weird to me.
I think, didn't they say teams were using it last year?
I did not see it.
It's been around for a while and starting to pick up, I guess.
Then that makes more, if that's true, then this weekend seems like even more of an aberration.
Or the Yankees have
maybe
most of them have taken to it. It's become their thing.
I would love to fast forward 3 more weeks.
Yeah.
And do we have a glut of home runs from torpedo bats, or is this just a weird weekend?
I hope it's a glut of home runs by the torpedo bats. That would be fun. Wouldn't
I don't
that
mind.
be great? Yes.
I certainly wouldn't mind.
Yes.
I think it's probably not that because guys tinker. Right?
Yeah.
Guys tinker with bats, with grips, with all of these different things. Skinny handle, fat handle, longer barrel, shorter barrel, top heavy, not top heavy. That I feel like every machination of design has probably been tried at one point, and we're probably just back to this all over again.
This one seems kind of...
And it
for
might,
one weekend, it did.
It might be that simple, though. It might be that simple that no one ever thought about it. And also, it's like this... It was the debut this weekend. This was the debut of these bats.
Yes.
Oh, okay. They might have been used in spring training, but in MLB play, it was the debut
first
this weekend.
time. Okay.
It's legal, so it's not like anybody's cheating. It's a legal bat, so it's all good. But I'm going to need more than one weird weekend before it's like they've redesigned baseball bats for eternity.
Aaron Judge is
ordering one immediately.
I would too.
Right now.
100%.
So you're looking at, you got to look at it this way, right? If this is going to change and revolutionise hitting, you want the Dodgers to have them with this lineup, right?
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
If this is the next thing,
yeah.
And I'm dubious. I'm not saying no way.
Yeah.
I'm saying probably not. My answer officially is it's probably not a thing, but I save a maybe. I'm a maybe.
Yeah.
Everybody should get him because we need more offense in baseball, not less.
I think you're about to get it.
And
if this
I
thing
hope
works
so.
out the way it works
I hope
out.
so.
Yeah.
This is one of the few things that benefits the hitter. You've been talking so much about how the pitchers rule this game these days and that it's almost unhittable. And so now this is something that helps the hitters get the ball in play.
Watch,
More
it's going to get banned. Watch.
It's
it's going to get banned.
We'll see.
But it got approved at some point.
It's not illegal. Like it is a
Here's my
legal
proof.
bat.
Give Ohtani one. There's my proof.
So that's my next topic.
Right.
No. That's the next topic.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
Do you do anything to mess with that guy?
Let him use. Hey, try this.
Aaron Judge is one of the Yankees that is not using it. You know why?
Yeah.
You know what his answer was?
What?
Why would I change anything that I'm doing? I hit 60 home runs every season.
He could be stupid. I mean, look, try this bat. It may make you better. Who knows?
What if it makes him worse?
Oh, then don't use it. But
why do I?
Yeah.
DeMarco, you know this. When things are going well, you do not change things. You just let it ride.
What if you gave Ohtani the bat and he's like, oh, my God?
What if he went 0 for 20 and then he went back to the regular bat and he never got another hit
again? Get the old Billy's Lightning and give it back to him.
The Savoy Special.
Savoy Special. Give it back to him.
Until he struggles, we're just going to keep being the best player in the history of the world. I'm not touching a thing.
Just try it.
No.
Just try it one time. You may like
I
it.
understand
Bang! Oh, my God. Did you see that?
But if like anything else, golf club, if I'm hitting the fairway every time, if I'm making every putt, hey, you want to try this new putter? No. I'm making everything I look at. If Shohei Ohtani's hitting 300 with 54 home runs.
What if he hits a homer every at bat with this bat?
I don't think that's going to happen. But
every time he makes contact, it's gone.
I would wait. If Miguel Rojas wants to put the torpedo bat in play, or Kike Hernandez or Max Muncy, let's go.
Okay.
But the very best guys, Mookie, let's
give the Yankees a month. Let's see where they are.
It's not just them. Other guys on other teams have them, and they have done all right. I'm going to make a prediction that a month from now we are not talking about torpedo bats.
You're on. I'll take that bet.
This is also coming in a long line of technologies that then just super change the sport they're playing in. So I know this is small, but with swimming, they had this one suit that was invented, and every single record was
tight. Right?
Every single record was broken during that world record was broken during that Olympics because it was super tight, and it was also the full length of the body. It was from head to toe, and the men were wearing it too because typically they don't anymore. They had to outlaw it because the records were being shattered. Yeah, so it'll come back if it's that bad. It'll come back.
Watch.
I hope it is.
Offensive production through the roof.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Baseball's more fun with runs.
Baseball is more fun with runs. Every ex-pitcher in the world saying, this is bad.
Well, the other thing is, too, the major league pitchers are so darn good.
Yeah.
If there is a weak spot in a bat that's shaped like that, they will attack it and they will exploit it and it will become a thing.
Well, the hands are still the hands.
Well, but if the they're going to, put it to you this way, if the end of the bat is weaker than a typical bat because it tapers off.
Yeah.
They're not, why would I ever throw you an inside pitch? I'm just going to hammer away and make you use the end of the bat.
The thin part?
The thin part of the bat. And that's what there's push
We'll see.
Pull.
Yeah.
There's push
it's going to be good.
I hope it works.
Yeah.
I just don't think it does. Listen all week to Trav and DeMarco. That's us for your chance to win the Pechanga Angels prize pack. That's a pair of tickets to a future Angels game and a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. All you have to do is correctly answer an Angels trivia question. We're going to come up with that, and you're going to want to listen all week long, 9 to noon on 710 ESPN. The Tush Push, we're getting closer. We're getting closer to No Mas. That's coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Chris Morales, and guess what, Jack? We're back, baby. And you could spend an entire live imaging Tuesday with me, 9 hours, to meet everybody at ESPN LA. We'll get you lunch from LA Live. Plus, you can eat pie with Kathy. All you got to do, as part of the Make March Matter campaign with our friends at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, bid on the Lit Experience right now at 710-4chla.com. 710-4FORCHLA.com. And you and me together, it's going to be lit, sucker.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA. We're giving you a chance to experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego on us. From up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There's more to explore than ever before. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Tune in this Thursday for your cue to call and win a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
Hello, I'm Richard Navarro.
The countdown is on. In just 3 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami
in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
Pour it on him, black and gold!
The two biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe. Giroud,
Messi,
Lloris,
Suarez,
Bouanga,
Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, did he
days away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and producer Lindsay, and myself, apparently, for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw. On Monday.
I like it raw.
I guess. On Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, and there's going to be one grand prize winner who's going to win a pair of tickets to the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. You know which one that is?
I have a sense of which one
We
it
can
is.
play the song, because I don't think that we'll get in trouble if we play the official song.
Okay.
RSVP now for your spot at ESPNLA.com. Must be present to win, which means you're going to have to be in the house at HPC. ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. We'll see you there on April 7th for Monday Night Raw.
Of the draft firsthand and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't wait. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Brand new whip, what's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that like Stockton.
A reminder that today is the final day for you to have a chance to make March matter with CHLA, Children's Hospital Los Angeles, and ESPN. You can go to 710 for CHLA right now and bid on fabulous experiences. For instance, DeMarco, if you like sports memorabilia, if you like hanging around with famous baseball pitchers that had long streaks of consecutive scoreless innings, you could go bid on experiences like that at
just
710.
had hip surgery.
Yes, it may or may not, and definitely did just have hip surgery.
Yes.
710-4CHLA.com. Today is the last day for March. Make March matter. Go do that.
That batted 365. Was it 365?
I want to say it's Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think that's right.
My bad, said pitcher.
By the way,
yes,
it's pretty good.
That is not bad.
That is very good.
That is very, very good. Never hit one out, though, did he?
Okay, I honestly don't know the question. I'm going to guess that he did.
You think so?
I'm going to get, because he was a good enough hitter that at some point he ran into one and popped one.
Let me look up said pitcher since we can't say his name.
Well, now we can. You know what? Let me change the subject real
Go
quick.
ahead.
Look up if Oral Hershiser ever hit a home
Thank you
run
very
or not.
much. Okay.
Yeah.
Never the two shall meet.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I bet he did. Is that Emily? Are you looking for it right now too?
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. There you go.
I'm going to say yes.
You're going to
Okay. I know Fernando had one or two.
There we go. 0-0. I don't think he has.
No.
Nope. Career 0.
Boo.
Unfortunate.
Boo.
Let's see how many RBI. 50 RBI.
That's a lot.
That's not bad. There
They
you go.
showed
His high was in 1986 when he had 8 RBIs.
There
in
you
the
go.
season.
for a pitcher. That's a ton.
There you go. Chip it in there.
That's a ton.
Get in there.
They have the display at Dodger Stadium of all the players that have won their Silver Sluggers.
Yeah.
And because Teo, Ohtani, and Mookie all got one last year, and they're just, it looks like a jail cell. They're just all these bats that are lined up forever and ever. It's the coolest looking thing you've ever seen. Just very, very cool. They got so many awards.
Are strikeouts his or? Never mind. See, I don't want to make him mad. He's big.
What do you mean?
Like strikeout. I'm looking at career strikeouts. Is that how many
on the mound or on the at the
Yeah.
bat?
Is that how many people he struck out or
If
how
you're
many
at the
times
section
he
that-
struck out?
What's the number? And I'll tell you.
I don't even want to say
No,
it. 'cause
just I'll tell you.
182.
That's him.
That's him striking
That's
people
him,
out.
No, that's him striking
That's
out
him
as
striking
the hitter.
See, he said it. I didn't say it.
Well, I didn't make it up.
People go up and strike out all the
Yeah.
time.
It's oral though, man.
Ohtani probably struck out 182 times last year.
182. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
That's not bad.
No.
Okay.
For as long as he played,
Let's see.
and most of it in the National League, yeah, that's pretty darn good.
2,140. Yeah,
Yeah,
2014
that's
is right.
good.
Okay, good. Never
That's
mind.
very good. They're going to ban the tush push because it seems like they're getting closer to it. The Packers initially proposed the rule change, or the rule enforcement, as you keep pointing out.
Yeah, I don't know how you can get rid of a quarterback sneak because that's all it is. It's a glorified quarterback sneak. And that's part of football.
But they're pushing him, which, according to the letter of the law, is illegal?
Right. As soon as you get your hands extended and you start to push. Like, pushing means I get my hands on you and I'm shoving you with my arms.
Right.
That is illegal.
Okay.
That has been in the rule books forever.
And they just are looking the other way?
I think it's how Philadelphia does it. Those two wingbacks, they run in there and they hit with their pads first and then they extend. And then at the same time, you got Jalen Hurts, which is a big part of this.
Yeah.
Big, strong guy that's burrowing through there. So it's hard for any official to say, was that a push or was that just the initial impact of the hit?
It's like when the proposal to ban it first came up, I kind of went, it's never going to get banned.
You can't ban that.
But it does seem like the reporting around this makes it sound more and more likely that, if nothing else, at least it's being discussed as potentially being eliminated.
So I don't know how you ban a quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So you're telling me that nobody can have a quarterback sneak?
Maybe it's you can't have a quarterback sneak like that.
Or maybe you can't have help behind you on a quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
That might be it. As soon as those two guys behind aren't allowed to make contact anymore.
Yeah.
So I guess that would effectively kind of ban the tush push.
But
allow quarterback sneaks.
So one of the anecdotes from these conversations, and Sean McVay was apparently involved in one of them, but it didn't kind of say which side of the issue he was on. It was a little hard to understand.
I bet no coach really wants to stand out and say, I want this removed, because you're gonna need it.
The Packers have.
Yeah.
The Packers are the team they're saying they want it out, and apparently Andy Reid and Sean McDermott, I think, was another one that they would like to see it go.
Which part? That's what I'm saying. You got to tell me exactly what you mean. Because if it's just rule enforcement, I get that. As soon as those wing backs behind the quarterback make contacts and their hands come out, bang them.
Yeah.
Move them back. You're out of short yard. You're out of 3rd and 1, 4th and 1.
But with that, could you just push with your shoulder?
Right.
Like if I turn my shoulder and push into Jalen Hurts, could that be fine?
In the scrum.
Right.
Yeah.
So I used to think way back this is right on the beginning stages of player safety. Safety's coming across the middle with a receiver. You're expecting that safety to kind of aim where he hits. I thought it was impossible. It can be, Coach.
They fixed it.
I thought you
mostly
couldn't tackle without doing it in practice. Yeah, you can. So if you want to be able to do the tush push legally, you can teach it legally.
Yeah.
We're just not going to allow you to do X, Y, and Z. Then you do it.
One of the arguments for banning it was player safety. But the NFL or the people that were reporting this thing, there is literally no evidence that this has created more injuries, that it's relatively the same as everything else.
You almost got me cussing. It might be the most punishing play in the league. It just doesn't give you concussions.
Yeah.
But everything else, did you see what happened to Chris Jones in the Super Bowl? When he got caught up in that snowplow?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're basically getting run over in a rugby scrum by big dudes in pads. Yeah, it's painful. But that's not the reason I want it gone.
Do you want it gone?
No.
Yeah.
Just stop the damn thing.
Yeah.
Or don't get in that situation.
Yeah.
If you do, you know what's happening.
That's where I land too, Marco. My point, if the whole sport became a rugby scrum, that's bad for business, right? That's not entertaining.
Yeah.
But if one team, and that's basically what we're talking about, they're the only team that runs it regularly.
Yeah.
And if one team is just better at it than everybody else, I don't think you punish them by it.
No. Well, I mean, you
don't get yourself in 3rd and 2 if you don't like it.
That's the best way to do it. You know what's coming. Yeah, and then don't expect them not to run a play just because you don't like it.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right.
But I would definitely take liberties on the other side.
How would you do that?
I'd come after your quarterback. I absolutely would. If I get you in an obvious passing situation or anything outside of that, I'm blitzing till the cows come home so I can get him at some point.
Yeah.
Because when you get in that situation, you start running that tush push, and I know I can't stop it. It's a guaranteed win for them. My only recourse is to come after you physically. Yeah.
So there are some other rules that are being proposed to change. Maybe we can just do these rapid fire, yes, no, agree, or disagree. So one of them is to change the overtime rules to be the same for every game played in the NFL. That the game week 1 and the Super Bowl will have the same overtime rules.
I like
yes,
that.
no.
Yes, it's uniform. It makes it easy, right? Take the guesswork out of it.
That's fine. If we want to change it to that, I'm not going to jump up and down, but I also don't mind that the regular season's a little different than the postseason. Like baseball's a little different in the regular season than the postseason.
It matters differently.
There's no ghost runners in the postseason.
There's no ghost runners. Okay.
Yeah.
So make it.
Like I said, I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other, but if they want to change it, great.
I think the idea behind it being different in the postseason and regular season is so that the games are shorter, so that it's done quicker than it is in the postseason. Because postseason, you need a victor.
Yeah.
In the regular season, you can have a tie. I think that's the reason why to not change it, but that's one. So the other one is potential 18th game. Yes, no?
Yeah.
It's going to come anyway.
Look, I used to think it was like punishing and crazy to play 18 games, but how they practice now, you can do 18 games.
Yeah, I think so,
absolutely,
too.
you can. And college, the seasons are longer now.
You know what else I like about 18 as opposed to 17? The symmetry.
Yeah.
Like it just makes more sense
having an even number.
Having an even number of games than an odd number of games.
You just knew when they went to 17, they're going to 18.
I'll go a step further. I think ultimately we'll land on 20.
Okay.
Because
You're right.
The consumer has to buy every game. Let's have them count. Preseason, college doesn't have a preseason. Let's just play. Maybe the first month of the season's a little ragged, but okay.
It was like that last year.
Yeah.
And then it straightened out.
And then put in maybe an extra bye week somewhere so that you have 2 bye weeks instead of the one. So that work.
Second bye week.
And the last one that's a kind of a rule proposal would be the new postseason seeding. So that after you get number 1 overall person gets the bye in the first game. So the number 1 seed in both conferences get the bye. After that, you're seeded by record. So if you are 15-2, you're not in the wild card game away. You're in a wild card game if you're the second best record on the board. So what do you guys think about this?
I like that one. The best record gets the bye. Everybody else gets slotted according to record.
Does that hurt the division winner?
You still get to playoffs.
Potentially could, but you still make the field.
Yeah.
But you don't get seeded based because you won your division.
I
but
like
you're
it.
in the field.
Both sides, I see it, but I want winning the division mean something.
It does. It means you're in the field.
Right, but mean a lot more. Like winning your division should be like you get the bye.
So you want a team that wins the division at 8-9 to get a home game over a team that goes 14-3?
No, I don't. I like what you had to say. I just like winning the division. Should
I would
be
like
the
15
thing.
wins to mean something
It
as well.
should. I know.
Yeah.
I know. You're right. You're 100% right.
The regular season in the NFL is the only one that, even if you're not in the division, it matters.
It does.
Like, every single game is a big deal.
I like this better. The more wins should matter more than some division
Rams,
title.
I think, would have been exactly where they were, even if they had, or maybe they moved down to 5. Yeah, because of Washington.
Well, they wouldn't. Oh, yeah, because they would be seated differently because,
They would have gone to 5 because Washington, Minnesota, and Detroit. They would all have been ahead of them, right? And 2 of the, and Philadelphia. So there's the
Philadelphia
4
would
teams
have come here.
No.
Is that the thing?
No. Those the 4 teams. Detroit gets the bye. Minnesota, Philly, Washington, all are ahead of the Rams. So that's 4 teams ahead. They're the 5th seed, so they would play the 4th seed.
Commanders,
yes,
I think.
The Commanders. And they'd have to go to Washington to do it. So last year it would have bit the Rams.
I'm a best record guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Come on.
Little fact.
I like the hat, though. I like the hats,
We
though.
still get the hat.
I love the hats, though. Come on.
You still says NFC Division Champion, NFC West Division Champion. You just got to go, cool hat. You're on the road,
We're on the
buddy.
road.
You're on the road. Factor Cap coming up next.
Hey, you can play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. And there is something else going on. You can win and move into a brand new house courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino. Going on now through May 30th, Pechanga Club members can earn entries into the Home Sweet Win promotion by playing their favorite slot machines or table games with a club card. In addition to the home giveaway, think about this. Pechanga is giving away $50,000, $50K to Habitat for Humanity of Greater Los Angeles, Habitat LA, to aid in the rebuilding efforts following January's devastating fires. Entries are live now, ending at 9:30 p.m. on May 30. Play your perfect combo at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Visit Home Sweet Win webpage at pechanga.com/home giveaway for more details.
The countdown is on. In just 2 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami
in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
Pour it on him, black and gold!
The 2 biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe. Giroud,
Messi,
Lloris,
Suarez,
Bouanga,
Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, Denise!
2 days away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
NextGen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. NextGen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call NextGen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, it's Mace talking about the amazing, spectacular Cosm. Best place to watch sports. Cosm is the ultimate sports experience. NBA, NHL, college basketball, Premier League, WWE, more. On massive, high-resolution displays, you got to experience the Dome at Cosm. Immersive shared reality that wraps around you. It's like being on the field or on the court. Inside the hall at Cosm, wall-to-wall live multi-view sports. Go to Cosm.com to get your tickets today. That's COSM.com.
Wildfires don't just destroy homes. They leave families terrified.
It looked like someone had dropped a nuclear bomb out today, and I couldn't recognize the streets.
If the Eaton fire took everything, call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Michelle Smallman here. Are you dreaming of seeing your team draft their next superstar? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Witness unforgettable moments and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't miss out. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha. Hody, hody.
So
that's a great question. Sorry.
I believe it was yesterday we got a fight in the NBA, a real fight between two teams.
Fisticuffs.
It was between the Wolves and the Pistons, and my statement is simple. It just looks right to have the Pistons in a fight. Travis, Factor Cap.
Sadly for the Pistons, fact. It's like when you think of some of the legendary goonery in the NBA,
they're in there.
They're in there. Like the bad boys of the late 80s and early 90s were legendary, whether it was Lambeer or Rodman or Rick Mahorn. Like they had a lot of guys that were really rough and tumble. Unfortunately, the greatest fight in the history of the NBA took place in their arena. I know that the Pacers were the ones that, air quotes, started it, but Pacer uniforms all over the place. And then you get this one. Yeah, that feels right. Fact.
It does. There was a time when if anybody outside was wearing a Detroit Pistons hat or a jacket, you knew what time it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what you're representing. That's bad boys.
For sure.
Yeah, so anytime there's a squabble, actually, it's been more Golden State for me lately. Because of Draymond.
Yeah.
Draymond's a good one.
Draymond gets
He's in the middle of a lot of it.
Fisticuffs everywhere.
You know who else had a moment where they had a couple of guys that you did not goof around with?
The Knicks.
Yes.
The Knicks had a couple.
Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason. Nope. Yep, keep it moving.
Yeah.
I'm not messing with those guys.
That was the true Monstars from Space Jam.
Yep.
Maybe Dante DiVincenzo took that to heart when he wasn't Nick and now brought it to the Wolves.
That's a gutsy dude, man. That wasn't even That wasn't even your fight, and you jumped in.
That's how you know he's real.
Yeah.
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 Jorge?
Absolutely. In the words of Lionel Messi, they're the bad boys. That's what they are.
Right.
Bad boys?
No doubt.
I like the on the boys.
Bad boys. That's how he says it, though.
Yeah, bad boys. Well, because he's inquisitive, he opens the door. The bad boys are there, and he goes, "Bad boys."
10 players and 2 coaches, right? Got
Yeah,
suspended.
it was a real one.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, so today's a national day for something, and I don't want to give it away because I don't want. So there is one way to say the item that Crayola sells. So you know the item that Crayola sells?
Yeah.
Are you following me, DeMarco?
Yes.
Okay, there's only one way to say that item. DeMarco, fact or cap?
Fact. Crayon?
Okay, Travis.
Okay. I'm going to go cap. Yours is the right way.
Yeah.
Okay, but I've heard crayons.
Crayons?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Who says
I say crayons.
Yeah.
You
This
say
is why I
crayons?
didn't want to give
My
it
mom and
away.
Dad say crayons.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Crayons.
Crayons?
Yeah, give me the box of crayons. Yeah.
You're saying crayon just faster.
Crayon is the way that it's spelled. It's the way
But
that it makes
I've
the most
never said crayon. I've heard crown, too.
I've heard crowns, too.
Crown?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what you put on your head.
Yes.
Crayon like cranberry, but
You?
crayon.
I never heard that a day in my life until right now.
Yeah, Jorge.
Crown.
Well, what's the Spanish way to say the item that...
Well, ESL taught me crayon.
Yeah.
That's what they taught me. Crayon.
In
So,
Spanish, what do you call that item?
I would just say crayolas.
Crayolas.
Crayola.
By the brand.
But yes, I say crayon.
It's crayon. It's
I'm
it's
agreeing
been
with you.
crayon forever.
I agree with you, but I have heard crayons and crowns for years. Crayons, in the order of things I've heard about. Crayon, the correct way.
Crayon.
Crayons a close second, and then crowns a distant third.
Wow.
I have literally, like, where I grew up, it's only been crayon.
Really?
Yes. Okay, also, did you guys have, when you were in, well, Travis, I wouldn't say you had, like, just an easel and a chalk, right? Okay, but for us,
slate,
the rest
Emily.
of us, when we do it, but did you have the special, like, 64 pack of crayons where you could sharpen your own crayon in the back?
Yeah.
That was when you could tell if you were wealthy, is if you had the big old pack of
That
crayons.
was a tough. You're right about that.
Yeah.
With the
Anyway.
sharpener.
In the sharpener, which didn't work, by the way.
It was kind of.
Yeah.
I did have crayon.
But it
envy.
was pretty baller to have that big box.
It was, yes.
I think the biggest I got was 32.
Oh, really?
I never had the big 64.
Remember the big fat ones?
Oh,
That
yeah.
if you dropped them, they would break.
They would break in half.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
This is broken
No,
heart.
we had the 10-pack. You can know 10-pack.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even Crayola. It was Crazy Art or whatever. the
Crazy
brand
Art.
is.
Oh,
those super waxy ones that
Yeah.
suck that they
Yep.
give you at the restaurants.
That's-
Those are the
I
worst.
can't
what
go
we
to
had.
school with these,
Yeah.
Mom.
Have you guys been to like John and Vinny's? It's like one of the chain of restaurants here. It's Italian restaurant or whatever. They have like adult crayon, like you can color. Like if you sit there at the bar as an adult, they give you stuff to color in your place.
When you
point.
take your kids and they give the kid the placemat that they can color in the crayons, I dare you not to pick up one of those and start
course.
doodling on the thing.
Always.
It's impossible.
Always.
So I went to Aldi this week, and if you guys don't know about Aldi, I love Aldi, by the way, amazing. But you bag your own groceries. So basically, they just put it into a cart, and you go to the side and you do it yourself. I'm fine with that, but I'm not that good at it. I think I always kind of mess up a little bit. I'm not very good at bagging it, but I've been with people, not at Aldi, but other places that like kind of tell the person how to bag their stuff. Like, we'll correct the person who's checking them out.
Like another customer?
Yeah, no. I'm with someone checking out. Like, let's say my sister. It hasn't been her, but she says, "Hey, actually, could you bag this a little differently?" And it critiques the person bagging their items. Do you understand what the scenario I'm in?
So if me and you go to the
Or you
grocery
mean
store,
in a non-Aldi establishment?
Yeah.
Got it.
It just got me thinking about it. But there is, you are picky with how your groceries are bagged. You will let them know if they're doing it wrong. Jorge, fact or cap?
only with Brenda. That only with Brenda because Brenda she just wants to get out of there, right? So she'll put the eggs and then the milk on top. I'm like, whoa, like that's not how you do that. You put all the heavy stuff separate, all the lighter stuff like bread, eggs. You put it in a separate bag because it's
or you
more,
put them
more
on top.
delicate. Correct. So I just correct Brenda. Other than that, it's your stuff. You bag it however you want to do it.
Travis,
you asked two questions and the answers are different. You asked, do I care or do I correct them? Which one do you want the answer for?
When you go to Sprouts,
yes.
Do you care how they bag your stuff?
Yes.
Do you correct the Sprouts employee?
No.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, because what Jorge said, if I get a bag of tortilla chips and you put them at the bottom of the bag, I'm getting home with a bag full of tortilla dust.
So you would tell them, don't put that down there.
I wouldn't. What I would do is when I took the bag out, when I got to the car, I would rearrange the stuff.
Would you Morgan Whalen and make a big show of it?
Yeah. But I don't understand. Chips, bread, eggs, like the things that produce. Like sometimes you get tomatoes or whatever, and they're at the bottom of the bag, and they put the 6-pack of beer on top of it. Like, what are you doing?
Or double bag your meats or whatever. The meat juices
yes,
are flowing.
I care.
DeMarco.
You're supposed to double bag meat, right?
Yeah, but sometimes they don't.
Oh, yeah. I always request. It's the way I put it on the little conveyor belt. So, I do it in
You
groups.
order it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's the way it comes out, so it bags the way I want to bag. But there was, and I'll say where it was the Redondo Ralph's over there.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the guy, and clearly he's about 10 minutes beyond his break time, and he's frustrated. So I'm watching him bag, and there was a pot roast, because Grace wanted pot roast. Last thing that came on, it was the last thing I got. It was my fault for putting it back there. He put it in with stuff that it shouldn't be put in with. Like, you don't put raw meat in with, like, fresh fruit and stuff.
Agreed.
Right. And he did it, and I'm looking right at him, and I'm like, you're going to move that, right?
He said that?
Yeah, so you're gonna put that in a separate bag,
at the
right?
very least, bag it again and then put it. But yes, you're right.
Right. It's like, you're not going to put that in there, right? And he goes, oh, my bad.
Yeah. Oh, heavy sigh.
Heavy sigh. And then charged me for the bag. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Right.
No. Yeah. How do you make your pot roast?
Just standard pot roast, a little searing.
Okay. You sear it in the Dutch oven, kinda, and then you put the veg in there and put it in the oven. Do you put any liquid in there to braise it?
Yeah, I got a little, what do you call that? The beef stock and some stuff in there.
And onions.
A little wine.
Oh,
there you go.
See,
this is what he cares about, DeMarco. He needs to know all the details.
With the wine they sear the meat, put back in there, potatoes and carrots.
Now, when you take the meat out and you have your braising liquid, do you just drizzle it over? Do you put a little flour, thicken it up a little bit? Like,
Depends.
what are we doing?
Okay, so I like the thick when I did eat it. I like thick gravy. They like thin gravy, so no flour.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get the little
roux,
the wine in there to get the little burnt bits. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
Cooked bits.
Fond.
The fond. There you go. Comes out great. They love it.
Of course it does. It's all the meat stuff that's leaked out, and you get to eat it again.
Matter of fact, I introduced her just last week to pot roast sandwiches.
Oh.
Her world just expanded. I can take this to school.
What kind of bread you put that pot roast sandwich on?
We had a nice little brioche bun. A little butter. There you go. There you go.
Sounds great.
A little butter and a little toasty in there. Yeah, come on.
Guess what's getting made at my house this week? I'm just saying. Fact Cap's brought to you by the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices in your legal team, but with Joe, family always comes first. 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You can go online at normandlegal.com. If you get hurt, if you need advice, if you do not want to be taken advantage of by the insurance company, 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. All right, how about this? Give us a shout right now, 877-710-3776. That's 877-710-ESPN for your chance at a pair of tickets to a Futures Angel game and a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. You need to know an answer to an Angels trivia question that we're going to ask you. That's coming up next on the Travis DeMarco Show, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland today at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
Do you ever have Harry Buffalo? Do you know what Harry Buffalo is? So you take a bathtub.
I know what a Mickey's was.
We did this at Bowling Green. You take a bathtub. You fill it up with like fruit and some fruit juice and
jungle
stuff.
juice.
Then you pour grain alcohol in, and you let it sort of marinate, and then you just get absolutely ripped.
Yeah, it's jungle juice.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Children's Hospital Los Angeles is a leader in breakthrough pediatric care, treating complex cases and advancing life-saving research. In support of CHLA's 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, ESPN LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 appearances to help fund critical treatments for children. Every dollar raised supports CHLA's essential work to provide expert care, innovative therapies, and hope to families in need. Visit 710forchla.com to bid and make a difference for kids today.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
All right, I like giving some stuff away, DeMarco. And right now, if you get this question right, if you're the first person to get this question right, I should say, you will win a pair of tickets to a future Angels game and a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey if you know the correct answer to a question that I'm just about to ask.
I'm going first.
Start with Andrew in Temecula. Andrew, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, Andrew, here's your question.
He's got it.
How many Most Valuable Player awards has Mike Trout won?
3.
Bam! Right out of the gate.
Told you.
Winner.
Come on.
You win, Andrew. You win a pair of tickets to an Angels game and limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. Good job, Andrew. Are you an Angels fan?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Travis, you know what else I won? Many years ago, me and you watched Kobe's last game together in the suite.
No kidding.
Wow.
Yep. I was the last winner. You picked 10 winners out of that clear box, and I was the last winner.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, you and I've given you some cool stuff. Not me exactly,
Dynamic
but
duo.
at least you're good luck when you call this show, Andrew. Good job.
Thank you, Travis.
You got it.
Look at that. First caller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got lucky with him, though.
So, 3 MVPs.
Yes.
2 runners-up. Okay.
Jeez.
So that's 5 in the top 2.
Yes.
And I believe he finished in the top 5 7 times in a 10-year window.
Wow. So you had him and Ohtani on the same team.
Yes. And him and Albert Pujols. And Albert Pujols wasn't Cardinals Pujols, but he's still a pretty good player.
He's still a good player.
Yeah.
Smart guy. Great guy to have in your clubhouse. Yeah. No
Watching, when going to Dodger Stadium for opening day and looking around, there are 3 jerseys that have separated just far and away. You just... Ohtani is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Close second, I think, is Mookie. And then Freddie is third, but there's a lot of Freddies. And then there's a lot of Fernando, a lot of Kershaw, but there's a drop-off.
Your historic pool, yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, that jersey's $300. That jersey's $300. That jersey's $300. And the Dodgers have done an amazing jersey of monetizing all of the Ohtani stuff along the way. Mm-hmm. And you go to an Angel game, and it's just a sea of Ohtanis and a sea of Trouts. And that they couldn't figure out a way to make that work, to make that be at least, I'm not saying got to win the World Series. Winning the World Series is really hard. Be good.
Yeah.
Be a little better than average once.
Not be a disaster.
Not be like
not
really
be god
bad?
awful. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Crazy.
I know. Crazy.
So you wanted to talk about best of quarterbacks in the NFL.
Just thinking about the draft coming up and how lucky we are to have, Matthew Stafford back in the fold as your quarterback, and some of the have-nots in the NFL. So it got me thinking, if I had to give me your top 3 quarterbacks in the league right now, go ahead.
Well,
I bet we all have the same 3.
I was going to say, I guarantee you we all have the same
Go ahead.
Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league.
Yes, go ahead.
Right? I think my second choice right now would be Josh Allen.
Okay.
Right? Is that not
fair?
Right?
Yeah.
I
You're
think,
not wrong no matter where you go.
Yeah. and I'm looking at pulling up the teams here.
Yeah.
Should we go around and do all of ours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me your top 3 quarterbacks.
All right, so my top 3 is Mahomes, Allen, and Jackson.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 that if they were my quarterback, I am completely satisfied for what I have.
I'm going to take a different third, but I have Jackson's a great choice. I think I'd take Joe Burrow.
Yeah, okay.
I think I would take Joe Burrow.
But he's a little unhappy.
I get it, and Jackson is probably a better choice, but just Joe Burrow, when he gets a look at it, seems to punch his ticket.
For me, I would take Burrow. I would take Burrow, and he is in my top 3. I got Allen, I got Lamar, and I got Joe Burrow. Or, excuse me, Mahomes, excuse me. Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow are my top 3. Lamar would round out my top 5 if I went that far.
Sure.
But top 3 is hard. But either way, you're going to have the same 5 guys, just different order. Anybody else you want to, kind of shoehorn in there?
Well,
some Dak Prescott love, some Jared Goff love?
No. Dak Prescott.
I know.
Neither of those. Honestly,
Jordan Love, no.
Get ready for the voice.
Yeah.
Ready? Stafford's next.
Okay, he'd be in there.
Stafford's next. And I'm not saying that I want to have him for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
But if we're going into next season and everything else being equal, I want a guy with a big arm, really smart, very experienced.
An improved wide receiver room.
For 2025, yes. But going forward.
Beyond that, because of his age,
he's an older guy.
You got to reconsider it. But if we're just playing the 2025 season, he's right near the top for me.
So I think that kind of proves my point. We all have the same 5 guys for the top 5. And if you have a top 3, it just depends on
How do you feel about Jalen Hurts?
Love Jalen Hurts.
Great choice.
He
Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yeah. Great choice.
Would be outside my top 5, though.
Why?
Because there are 5 guys that are better.
He just won the Super Bowl.
I know.
Okay, so Trent Dilfer's on the list that year?
Saquon in that defense. I know.
It doesn't automatically mean just perpetuity you won it. It's like, I understand he's very good.
And he balled out in the Super Bowl.
He sure did.
Yeah. He was great.
Give Jared Goff Saquon Barkley and see what happens.
Right.
Give Matthew Stafford Saquon Barkley and see what happens. Give
that.
anybody
and
Saquon Barkley and that defense and see what happens.
No, he's really good. I'm not saying that he's a bad choice in your top 5. He's a perfectly legitimate
he's
choice.
a winning quarterback.
But
no
if
doubt.
you had him out of the top 5, it's not like you're sliding Trevor Lawrence in ahead of him.
No,
there are other really good choices in there.
Baltimore. How do you feel about Caleb Williams?
TBD.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
TBD.
And Kyler Murray, you guys are out on, correct?
I'm 100% out on 5'4".
I would say he could be probably in maybe the worst.
CJ Stroud, maybe mid-pack.
So CJ was great, and then he was okay.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens next.
Okay, so it got me thinking about the worst quarterback situations in the league, and because the draft is coming up and how you fix that. So here's my list, and one may surprise you. I'll start at 5. The Titans, Will Levis. Anybody think they don't deserve or need an upgrade in Tennessee with Will Levis?
They will probably draft one.
Okay, Carolina, I think, needs to upgrade at quarterback. Everybody knows that, correct?
I think he had a better end of his season. I don't think he's totally done with. I do think that they should build around him instead of just tossing him aside.
He's the exact opposite of Caleb Williams, but we land in the same spot.
Okay.
Which
jury's still out?
Jury's still out because he's on.
He's not that much taller than Kyler.
No, I know. He's little, and I don't like that. And I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm saying just he finally sort of kind of was decent at the end of last year. So let's see what happens.
But he was in a weird situation because he started at first, then he got replaced, and then he started again.
He looked awful. But Carolina's a tire fire.
I'm more in the line of that tooth is rotten, pull it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to work for whatever reason. I don't think it's going to work. I think his confidence may be shot. I think it's best for him that they move on. So I put them at 4. Third, Steelers, but that could change in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now they have Mason Rudolph. That's who they are going to start with as of right now.
Right.
And it would be sucky. They would probably be tanking this year.
And Skylar Thompson. That's your backup right now.
Good.
That's not very good.
I would say that if, though, the guy, Aaron Rodgers, does step in, they do have he will succeed in terms of, they will go to the playoffs, and who knows how deep they'll go because they added DK Metcalf. They have George Pickens still, at least right now, and they have Pat Freiermuth. So their offense could work. They just need a quarterback to get them the ball.
You add Rodgers to that, they're off the worst list and probably on to one of the best.
You still haven't mentioned the worst one yet.
I have 2. Now, one may surprise you. One is off the radar. This is just how I'm thinking. Okay. 2 is the Browns.
Yeah, I think that's the worst.
And Haslam actually just came out and talked about how terrible of a decision it was.
Yes, the Browns are the second worst, in my opinion.
I can't wait to hear who you have ahead of them because I can't imagine it being worse.
Can I guess?
Yeah, but the Browns are a mess. And really, and would you want to go
stuck?
Would you want to go there if you are said quarterback in the draft? If you are Shedeur Sanders,
Would I want to?
Yes,
No.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's been a black hole for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Emily? I'm sorry.
Can I guess who your number one worst spot is?
Probably. I think I've already said it once, but it was like 2 weeks ago.
Because this is one of mine. I have only one of the ones you've already mentioned as my top three, but Indianapolis.
No, not.
Because they are in a pretty terrible spot as well. They have Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones, and Anthony Richardson, who they already benched last year for backup quarterback that didn't get them any better. And Daniel Jones, we already know he sucks.
I'm in the middle with him. I'm in the middle with AR. I think there's something there. The guy's got talent and he's got a cannon.
They benched him last year.
I think he's still learning, kind of like Roki.
Yeah.
He's a guy that needs a little more seasoning.
Yeah.
You're right.
Who's worse?
Okay, for me, I think this is potential on the or disaster on the horizon. It's actually Miami. Because what if Tua goes out there and gets hurt again?
I don't hate it.
And you paid him a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And you're rolling with
If they wouldn't be, I think Cleveland's worse because at least when Tua's not lying unconscious on the ground,
right,
he's decent.
Yes.
He's okay. I just worry about him being permanently disabled because he's been so injury prone.
All your plans are on hold. You don't know what to do, how to draft, how to supplement this guy. We could go all in and he gets hurt in week 2.
You could have them on your list, and I'm not yelling at you.
Yeah.
I think that's, for me, it's Cleveland with a bullet at the top.
Yeah.
Just dreadful. And I think 2 and 3 are not even on your list.
Go ahead.
Both New York teams.
Yeah.
But both New York.
I took them off for the veterans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Justin Fields has been around enough for me to say I don't think so.
At least you can start him and go.
What if they draft Shador?
Two different teams have moved off of him fairly quickly.
Yes.
So that tells me that they both said they saw it up close and said no thank you.
Right.
That's a red flag to me. And the other one in New York, Russell Wilson is past his expiration date. Like that's like bad milk on the shelf. It's like, no thank you.
But at least he's an experienced signal caller.
I get it, but we've seen what that's looked like and it just has not moved me at all. And then
I don't think they expect to contend anyway.
Yeah.
So just manage us into the iceberg, please.
Those two are bleak.
Yes,
bleak.
I have one more that we haven't mentioned either. And maybe this will be different because they do have a new coach this year. But the Saints. The Saints have Derek Carr tied up, and Derek Carr is either injured or can kind of get you there. Not all the way, is mostly over the hill in terms of his playing career. And behind him, you have Spencer Rattler, also is not very good, and Jake Haener and Ben DiNucci. So that's your quarterback room for the Saints.
DiNucci.
They're in a bad spot.
This is anecdotal, and it doesn't hold any scientific validity, but I would love to play against Derek Carr 17 times a year.
Hey,
you know
one of those times me, I'll jump and beat you.
Fine, that's 17-1 or whatever it is. Like Derek Carr puts zero fear in me.
I would hate to have him. Yeah,
and quite frankly, I know he's going to give me 1 or 2 over the course of a game.
He's never bad enough to cut.
That might be the very worst place of all to be.
He's never bad enough to cut.
Yeah,
and he's just good enough. You're like, dang, we have to go with him again.
Cleveland has a guy that is literally unplayably bad that they owe $200 million to.
Right. See, that's bad and they know. That's why I went with Miami.
Yeah.
This could be a train wreck. They could actually be pretty good, and then it goes bye-bye. But either way, horrible.
They are dreadful.
Yes.
Look, I would love to be wrong. That's going to end awful.
Which part?
Tua.
I agree.
I hate to say it. We're going to come in here with very somber voices one Monday morning and say, something terrible happened last night.
Or end with a whimper like he gets knocked out of a game, not bad, and they pull him.
Look, that's the best case scenario where he just says, okay, I've had enough.
They say.
And that would be, I hope we never have to have the other one, but having seen it way too many times.
When he has to plead his case to the media, I'm actually fine, and they won't play him.
LeBron barking at his teammates. Love it. What does it mean? It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? From quick tune-ups to full replacements, Next Gen has you covered. For a limited time, ESPN LA listeners can get a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. That's right. Stay in the game all season with an 8.
Join Kathy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park Party and Play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
Here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plastpro, April 17th through the 20th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeagleLAchampionship.com.
Hey, it's Chris Morales, and guess what, Jack? We're back, baby. And you could spend an entire Live Imaging Tuesday with me, 9 hours, to meet everybody at ESPN LA. We'll get you lunch from LA Live, plus you can eat pie with Kathy. All you gotta do, as part of the Make March Matter campaign with our friends at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, bid on the Lit Experience right now at 710-4chla.com. 710-4FORCHLA.com. And you and me together, it's gonna be lit, sucker.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy a round for the bar.
Yeah.
Luca did that with parking. I thought that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Surprise! We have a last man standing.
Let's go.
And we've got, since I've been leading the past couple, I haven't been able to win the past couple. So Jorge has taken some, is cutting it close with me. Still hasn't beat me, so it's fine. I'm at 3.5 wins. Jorge's at 3 wins. DeMarco's at 2.5 wins, and Travis is at 3 wins as well.
Fine.
So today, we are going to draft the most popular jerseys since the culmination of the World Series in MLB. Okay? Since the World Series ended, the most popular baseball jerseys that have sold.
Oh, that could be interesting.
You got it? Understand what we're picking?
So
most popular jerseys
since the end of October to where we are right now.
Till right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna start with Jorge.
Ohtani.
Yes, Ohtani's number 1. Travis.
Betts
is number 4. DeMarco.
Judge
is number 5. Unfortunately, because he dropped it in the 5th inning. Jorge. Harper is 7. Travis.
Oh, it has to be Freddie. Hit the home run.
Yep, 2.
Yeah.
DeMarco.
I'm going to go with the Wilt Chamberlain here. I am. Yeah. He's always popular. Yeah. What's the hair guy? Bryce Harper.
Oh, I got him already.
Oh, did you already? Oh, you did?
I will not count this. Say something else.
Then Soto. Give me Soto.
Juan Soto's number 3.
Okay.
And keep in mind, he changed teams.
Team.
Yeah. So keep that in mind, too, for this.
So, and tell me who we have picked.
We have picked Ohtani, Freeman, Soto, Betts, Judge, and Harper. And this is 20 names.
My next?
Jorge.
Paul Skeens.
Skeens is 15. Travis.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
And by the way, I think there are like 6 Dodgers on this.
That's
There's
what
6 Dodgers?
I was going to say. There has to be more Dodgers because they just won the World Series.
Yes.
But and the other part of it that's kind of tricky is post-World Series because there's a name that was a big deal, but I don't know how many people went out and bought the jersey. This is going to knock me out because I'm being too cute by half.
Go ahead.
Yamamoto.
Number 10.
Oh, my
God. DeMarco.
This is just popularity, right? Jersey sales.
Yeah.
Give me Manny.
Manny Machado?
Yeah.
Just barely at 20. Just
Still in the
barely.
game.
Jorge.
Another Dodger.
There are, I believe, 2 more Dodgers left.
I got 2 on deck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 more Dodgers.
I got, yep.
Let me go with Kershaw.
Yes, 11.
All right.
Travis.
Hey, Kershaw?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because what did he do in the World Series?
Well, he didn't play in the World Series, and quite frankly, if you wanted a Clayton Kershaw jersey, you probably
already
have
have
it by
it,
now.
yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad jersey to have.
Maybe it's like bandwagon fans being like, I'm going to get a jersey, a guy that I know is going to stay in the Dodgers.
Left?
One Dodger left.
I don't know who's more synonymous with the Dodgers.
Kershaw. But
I want to give you a hint, but I can't.
Oh, he's been around forever.
I'm buying this for a casual fan.
Okay.
It's probably going to be a Kershaw.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 more Dodger left.
It's 1 or 2.
But also, you can go other places. You can go somewhere else.
I'm trying to think of another. big-time guy that's changed teams.
Actually, I don't think any of the rest have changed teams. So take that away.
Okay. I'm just going to go popularity. No, he's hurt.
Who?
I was good. No, I don't. I was. All right, I'll tell you who I was going to say.
Just go for it.
This is not my guess.
Okay.
Ronald Acuna, but he never plays.
Okay.
Vladimir Guerrero.
No.
All right, Travis is out. DeMarco.
Who's in?
Jorge and you.
You said 2 more Dodgers, right?
There's one more Dodger,
one more-
and there's a bunch more other people.
Kike. Gotta
Yes!
Gotta
It is
be.
Kike
Yes,
at 16.
Great.
Gotta
Yeah,
be.
of course.
Gotta
Kike
be.
Hernandez.
Yes.
The Dodgers are off the board. Jorge.
All right, so I'm going to go with another one, just like Kershaw. I guess in that same, I'm just going to go Mike Trout.
DeMarco wins. So
Nice work,
here's
DeMarco.
the whole 20. So we got Ohtani, we got Freeman, we got Soto, we got Betts, we got Judge. Who we didn't get is Lindor. We got Harper. We did not get Altuve.
Altuve?
Child size only.
Acuna was on the list. So you didn't get Acuna, and it was on the list. He's at 9.
You had it.
I did.
Kershaw's injured too. So
Yeah.
10 is Yamamoto, 11 Kershaw, 12 Tatis,
Yeah.
13 Ellie De La Cruz,
Oh, yeah. I suck at this.
14 Gunnar Henderson, rookie.
Yeah.
So 15.
All of those are better picks than Guerrero. I suck.
15 Paul Skeens, 16 Kike Hernandez, 17 Corey Seager, 18 Bobby Witt Jr., 19 Anthony Volpe, and 20 Manny Machado.
Witt was another good choice.
Way to hang in there. Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised. 2 that were not on there that surprised me a little bit.
Who?
Sasaki and Snell.
Coming
because
soon.
they're new.
Yeah.
Right? That's. I guess if you're a Blake Snell, you really if you show up at Dodger Stadium in a Snell jersey, that's a choice.
Yeah,
from Tampa.
It's weird. And Sasaki keep probably walking guys. They probably send them all back.
Oh man, look at that.
Had a little bit of a bumpy start, DeMarco.
I heard was a joke about Paul Skeens. He's going to throw a no-hitter and lose.
He might.
And it's
Pirates
happened before.
stink.
It has happened before.
Yeah, it happens occasionally.
I did not know.
Yeah,
you could throw a no-no and lose.
Yeah, it's weird. I never like, and the other one I don't like is when you lose like 4 pitchers to combine on a no-hitter.
Yeah.
It certainly counts. It's a no-hitter. Nobody got a hit. But
yeah. I had to look these up.
Who gets the credit?
A sack fly and you lose.
Errors.
Fielder's
walks.
choice and you lose.
Yeah,
or you walk
yeah,
one in.
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, Angels, Pirates, they could do it. Listen all week to the Trav and DeMarco Show for your chance to win a Pechanga Angels prize pack, a pair of tickets to a future Angels game, and a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. All you have to do is correctly answer an Angels trivia question. Listen all this week from 9 to noon on 710 ESPN.
Altuve is on there. That's interesting.
He's been there a long time, and
frankly, I'm surprised they still let him play.
Who's they?
Baseball.
Why?
For the way he cheated.
Well, then you'd have to ban the whole team.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's ridiculous. Really?
He had a tattoo and he's very modest.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Really?
That you would have to start.
That's blatant cheating.
Well, it's no more so than the rest of those knuckleheads. Right? Springer and Correa
but
and
he brought
Bregman.
in technology to the whole thing.
Who knows who else had it? Right.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Here's the problem with that guy, and it makes me queasy to say it out loud.
Yeah.
He's terrific.
He's a good player.
He's a terrific player. And here's the other part that just doesn't make me queasy to say it. It's true, but it's just they weren't the only team doing stuff like that.
Of course not. They just got caught.
They were the team that got the beans spilled on them, and then they handled it horribly by the way that they responded to the allegations. But they were maybe the only ones beating on a trash can and making it super obvious.
Yeah. Stuff's been around forever.
There's look.
Yeah. Here's the pitcher that outed him.
Mike Friars.
Mike Fryer, the Chivato, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Chivato. Yeah.
Here's the timeline, the TikTok, so to speak. Friars outs them. Baseball explodes. Everybody go cheater, 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 and the Astros basically went, "We'll wear it right up until we won't."
Yeah.
So be careful.
Yeah. We can out you.
So it went away.
You want to do this?
It went away pretty quick.
Yes.
It went
We're
away.
not the only one
pretty
doing
quick.
this, right?
Just say it.
I got in trouble with my wife.
And didn't they do that around the Super Bowl weekend too? I want to say it was trying to be news dumpy and just did not. It failed that.
when you hit a game-winning home run off of one of the elite relief pitchers of his era, Aroldis Chapman, who's throwing 900 miles an hour, and you upper tank the guy to win the game.
Like you knew it was coming?
You don't run around the bases like this. That's all I'm saying. You don't run around the bases clutching your jersey closed. That's a very specific reaction that in the history. Like, look, the torpedo bat may be the next big thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's cutting edge technology.
That is right.
Not so much.
No doubt.
Not so much. Lakers tonight hosting the Rockets at Crypto. Another chance for them to win a game against a team that they could very easily see early in the playoffs.
You want to win a championship, you're going to see Houston.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're going to see them.
Probably.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about what we saw against them. I'm thrilled they won the game. They seem to have a little bit of energy, a little bit of life, a little crisper to what they had done in Orlando and even Indiana and Chicago. They won in Indiana, but the Chicago game was, I think, it was the Indiana game, just the result was slightly different. I like that LeBron has brought a certain edge, an intensity, a little bit of a bad attitude, and I mean that in a good way, to just basically, hey, the real thing here starts in a couple of weeks. Let's get our game faces on. I think it's important that starts before the playoffs do.
Load management has worked for LeBron. I think he's peaking at the right time, mentally and physically.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about where he is physically in particular. That's coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN, and call right now, 877-710-3776, 877-710 ESPN, and you too will have a chance to win a pair of tickets to a future Angels game and a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. All you got to do is answer an Angels trivia question correctly. It's coming up on the Travis DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Chris Morales, and guess what, Jack? We're back, baby. And you could spend an entire live imaging Tuesday with me, 9 hours, to meet everybody at ESPN LA. We'll get you lunch from LA Live. Plus, you can eat pie with Capital. All you got to do, as part of the Make March Matter campaign with our friends at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, bid on the Lit Experience right now at 710-4chla.com. 710-4FORCHLA.com. And you and me together, it's going to be lit, sucker.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA. We're giving you a chance to experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego on us. From up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There's more to explore than ever before. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Tune in this Thursday for your cue to call and win a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
It's the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Carden Alleyway Hyundai Corona. Get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Plus, drive with confidence with America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, and Hyundai's Assurance Program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or at CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. On approved credit, 0 security deposit, 72 payments of $1,519 for $1,000 financed. Expires 03/31/2025.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car.
How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LEARN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LEARN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LEARN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
All right.
Me out to the crowd.
You can win a pair of tickets to a future Angels game and a limited edition Pachanga Angels jersey, but you gotta get the following question right. We already had somebody win a pair, another chance to win right here. Listen up, because if you don't get it first, you might be able to get it second or third. Here's your question. We're going to start with Jesus in Norwalk. Jesus, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, here's your question, Jesus. How many no-hitters did Nolan Ryan throw as a member of the Angels?
Whoa, I'm going to say 4.
Bam!
Nice.
Done.
Way to go.
There you go. See, right out of the gate.
Was
We're
that a
one
guess?
for one. And
Wow.
both was that a guess,
That's
Jesus, or
crazy.
did you know?
No, that was a total guess. I'm not going to lie.
Pretty darn good guess.
That's a good guess.
You win a pair of tickets
Nice.
to an Angels game and a limited edition Pachanga Angels jersey. Congratulations, Jesus.
I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you,
right.
Travis. Thank you, Marco.
You're welcome.
You got it. You got it. And M, correct me if I'm wrong here, but chance to win more tickets later on in the week as well.
Look
so
at that, right off the
keep
top.
listening, and we'll give you some more. I got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Like, I want to root for the Angels. I just need them to not be terrible. Let's get to decent.
Yeah.
Let's get to decent. It's never going to be my first choice, but it can be a choice.
It's been a while.
Uh-oh, I've seen that face before. That's the I got business to do face. That is the I'm coming in here with a purpose face. Chris Morales is putting in his headset. What's going on? Like I say to Greg Bergman all the time, why are you here?
Well, I'm here because today is the final day you can bid on fabulous auction items at 710-4CHLA.com. I think the most fabulous is a day of lit with me. 9 hours together you can bid on right now.
It's okay.
And, well, wait a minute, though. We're going to get you lunch from LA Live, anywhere you want. That's not completely true, but we'll figure it out. And then in the afternoon, you get to eat pie with Cappy.
Oh, nice.
Okay?
Yeah.
We're going to get you pizza pie.
Yeah,
Don't get so excited.
I got you, yeah.
710-4CHLA.com. FOR. 710-4FORCHLA.com. Plus, you guys still have auction items on there, right?
Yes.
Legends Attic. Chance
Legends
to go
Attic.
through Legends Attic with myself and former Dodger Cy Young Award winner that,
Is coaching closed and walking's closed, right?
believe those are
Those
closed.
are closed.
Yes.
Okay.
No more walking?
No, we
The
have
guy
the
already
winner.
won.
Yeah.
The guy already won.
Was it Beto?
It
They
was
wanted
not
to walk.
Beto.
They
It
wanted
was
to walk
not
with you.
Beto. No, it was not Beto.
Can we just wait for tomorrow for you to do your thing?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm a week healthier. 710-4CHLA.com. Now, the 9 hours, here's the thing. You get to do lit on a Tuesday right next to me. So if you have hot sports takes, hot sports opinions, if you want to tell DeMarco, hey, Sliwa was better. I don't agree with that, but you can say that to him, and when he tries to tackle you, Travis will get involved. I won't.
Is it Tuesday already?
I'm too weak.
Unfortunately, no.
710-4CHLA.com. I believe there's an Emily experience. You and Clinton Yates, the big CY.
Courtside for USC women's basketball could be the national champions.
It could be.
Next
Yeah.
year. Who knows?
Yeah,
We're still
tonight.
playing tonight. It's courtside seats for a game next year.
Very, very nice. So you could bid on that. Is there a Jorge experience where like you guys run the streets wild? Or
Go get some tacos. or
I say we go to Tijuanazo, right?
here's the thing: if you bid on the lit experience, you get to meet Jorge. And if you have any questions like where can I hide my car,
He's right there.
where can I do that? Jorge will literally.
right there.
He's right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Or maybe Jorge could photograph something for you. I don't know. No,
He's photographed a lot of things for me, but
Video. Let's shot a lot of video for Chris. Hey, you know what? His memoriam was gonna be his.
You had the super cut,
the tribute video.
Please don't tell me you had one in the making.
Man, I had
You were
ready to
making
go.
one
No,
already?
that was Tommy Lamb. Tommy was working on my tribute video.
When you those in memoriams don't come together at the last minute. You have to start putting them together.
Not dead yet.
It finished with "It is a final."
Oh my God!
Bam!
Bam!
Yeah.
Oh my man.
All right,
Yes, sir.
710-4CHLA.com. Let's make the last day for the kids. Remember, it's like a modern day Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for the kids. I'm shaking my moneymaker. I will do that for you too, if you, by the way, if you want that.
Will you not if they specifically request that you not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you can pay him for that too? Okay.
Yeah, let's make it not.
Oh no, there it is.
Oh, that's moving a lot.
He's moving pretty good. Look
I was
at
going to say,
you.
you do have a little more range of motion.
Some pliability in those hips now.
Yes.
I do, but I can't get the heart rate up as high as I used to be able to.
Just
don't go as long.
Not yet,
There you go.
but soon.
There you go.
Soon, hopefully.
How you feeling?
Amazing.
We can talk about it a little tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
sure,
but I feel
you're
incredible
good.
every day.
Good.
We came back from a weekend in Palm Springs. We walked a lot, and this was my first time like walking in direct sun.
Yeah.
And that heart rate just would not move up, which is a good thing.
That's
Palm
good.
Springs, Palm Desert, La Quinta? Where
No,
were
Palm
you?
Springs, in the heart of the belly.
Oh, I like it down there.
Where I could literally go into any establishment and sing, everybody, I want to be free to feel good, and everybody knew, I'm ready.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
I see you.
You know what I mean, Mark?
Yeah, of course I do.
You get what I'm saying?
Let's get back to the pie thing, though. Hold on. Yeah, let's get back to that. Let's get back to that. The other thing's cool, you know.
I'll do it.
Sure.
Listen,
just making sure.
let me be clear. As long as it feels good, I'm into it.
Just say it.
Even
I'm
more,
your man. Let's
even
go.
more so today.
Look at Travis. Come back, Travis.
Usually I have an ally in
sorry.
you, and you are the one leading the charge.
So you could say DeMarco flipped on this one for me.
He got me with the hips. Come on.
You could say it like that. I choose not to say it
we're
like
good.
that. But
Wow.
sure.
Excited. Yes.
Welcome back, Chris.
Yes.
Whatever you
Day
say,
early,
Johnny
no
Cakes.
less.
Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I don't look like Johnny Cakes. I don't like this. I don't like the Johnny Cakes
It's
resurgence.
you and him. That's come on. Or Mr. Hand. Come on.
I'll take Mr. Hand.
Mr. Hand.
Although
Let's get in
Johnny
there.
Cakes was a pretty good cook. He lived in a nice
He
neighborhood.
was a fireman.
Yeah.
Rode a motorcycle. He was a great
did.
guy.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stood up to Vinny. Come on.
Vito.
Told him not to call Vito. Told him not to call me again. There you go.
Well, Vito misled him.
Yeah.
Vito said he was working on a Joe Lewis book, and he wasn't. That scene where
Yes.
Vito is working on that lady's farm.
Yes.
And he's like driving nails and he's sawing. And he's like,
Keeps
don't
looking at
look
his
at the
watch.
watch. Don't look at the watch. It has to, okay, by the angle of the sun, it has to be at least noon. All right.
Yeah.
Half a day's work done. He looks at his watch, 9:15. I'm like,
Dang!
oh,
We've all been there.
everybody's had that job.
Oh,
where
yes.
like, I've been here 9 hours. You look, I've been here for 45 minutes.
45 seconds. I just got here.
That is rough.
Wow.
That is rough. All right, back to the Lakers. And their final push as we head into the postseason. They're probably going to stay out of the play-in. Not a lock, but likely that they stay out. They get Houston tonight. They beat Memphis. And I think the best part from what I saw against Memphis is not only did they score 134 points, which is terrific, LeBron was animated. LeBron was fully engaged. And LeBron never really is like disengaged, but I think there are different degrees of engagement. And that felt like a 10 out of 10 engagement-wise. He was chirping at other guys. Austin Reeves was talking about how it was the first time he'd yelled at them in a huddle, really in a very long time, and he liked it. I like that LeBron is basically doing that, hey, we're not messing around anymore. Let's get ready to go. It starts now and not waiting for it to start.
Don't you think this is a super important postseason for him?
For sure.
Legacy.
For sure.
You can't damage the man's legacy.
No.
It is what it is. But
they got a chance.
With the amount of stuff that's been talked about him, with the amount of stuff he said personally and put out there, you're taking on the media. Some of the powerhouses of the media.
Sure.
You got the tip in to win the day after. That was great. Now you're moving into make or break situation. So let's see how far you can really take the Lakers. Let's see how far you can shut up Stephen A. Smith. Can you keep this thing going all the way to the Western Conference Finals? Can you keep Luka and AR that engaged? Can you lead them? Or are you going to give them more ammo to say you're not one of the best in the league?
Yeah.
It's a huge postseason run coming up for LeBron.
I want to add something to that because it's different than what they were prior to the trade. Prior to the trade, it felt to me like the Lakers were really kind of capped out, that something bizarre was going to have to happen for them to make a run. Like for them to get beyond the first round and certainly beyond the second round.
AD was going to have to take over and be that guy.
Something weird was going to have to happen, and we'd seen it for a number of years, and it just probably wasn't. Never say never, but probably. This isn't that. This is, for like you said, this is an important postseason for LeBron because they actually do have a chance. Maybe they're not the favorite. They're not. But they're also not hey, if these 10 things line up perfectly, maybe they got a chance. They just have to be good on offense and a little bit better than they've been on defense, and they not only have a chance, they have a pretty good chance
to beat just about anybody.
Anybody. Now, they're going to be underdogs in some of this stuff, but that doesn't mean you can't win.
No. In the half court, I don't see how you stop them. Talking about the Lakers, when you get all three going. When they start to run and some of these young, longer, youthful, athletic teams start to run, you're going to have some problems. But that's all commitment to getting back. So that might be what that meeting was with JJ. Like, what type of team are we going to be? Should I not emphasize defense and just go all, and we're going to outscore people 136 to whatever? Or are we going to really lock down what we're trying to do defensively and get back to that?
I don't know.
Whatever it is, I don't care.
I would love to be able to crack open JJ's brain and get the truthful answer to, was that defensive run you had for basically a month, can you get back to that, or was that just the right opponents at the right time and everything just lined up perfectly
Starting to look like that.
Or was this just, I don't even know what the hell that was. We loved it while it was happening, but that's not who we are defensively. And to really honestly expect to get back to that is unrealistic. We can't be at the bottom, but to expect to be near the top is unrealistic. Where we need to be is somewhere 10 to 14. We need to be somewhere in there, and that's good enough. I would love to get his honest, truthful answer to that. Like, what is not a reasonable, but what is a realistic expectation to where they can land defensively? Because offensively, they're going to be fine.
Mid-pack, I think. Yeah, I think you were playing above your head defensively for a while, and you kind of settled back to where you are. But I think
feels like they settled down below to where they are.
You can pick it up. You can pick it up some, but here's the thing, right? You can always go offensive and outscore people if your shots are falling.
Yeah,
that's been the thing.
But the thing that doesn't wane, theoretically, at least, is your defense. Like, sometimes you're going to shoot better than others.
Right.
But if you have to score 130 points to win, good luck with that.
The Chicago loss, I think that's probably how you lose a series. It'll be fun, it'll be high scoring, and you lose at the very end.
I don't think maybe, but they also blew an 18-point lead in that game.
Yes,
hopefully that's not. If they lose close games, that just might be the other team's better.
I think,
but
that's
if they
the
collapse
team.
Defensively,
right? I think that's the team, and that's how they're going to go from here on out. Maybe pre-speech, maybe pre-meeting with JJ, maybe. But that's how I'd see them going. That's how I see them winning a series, and that's how I see them losing a series.
You give up 127, which they did to Memphis. You're going to lose way more than you win.
Probably.
You're going to lose. And by the way, that's all it has to be.
But you have to factor in the Luka factor.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I agree.
If you give up 127 points 7 times in a 7-game series, you probably lose the series.
Unless you score 130.
I understand how math works. What I'm saying is you're not going to score 134 times in 7 games.
And I don't think they'll give up 126 every game.
I hope not.
Yeah, me either.
I hope not.
But if they lose, that's how it will be.
Hot and Cold's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. I just invented that phrase. I just came up with it on the spot.
You should put that on a T-shirt.
I should. Maybe I'll write a book.
Trademark it.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
This is the Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Byer, presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury, think they've pulled a muscle in their back, and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
soon. Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
Hello, I'm Richard Navarro, General Manager at Fleming Steakhouse and Wine Bar in downtown Los Angeles, where unforgettable dining meets the heart of the city. Whether it's prime steaks, fresh seafood, or a handcrafted cocktail, we're here to make your next experience out exceptional. Call us today at 213-745-9911 to reserve your next table. We're open for lunch and dinner. Fleming's, where great steaks, good times. Call at 213-745-9911.
We've all heard mortgage rates have finally moved down. So if you've gotten a mortgage in the last 2 years, contact the Loan Exchange to check on lowering your mortgage payment. Today, the Loan Exchange is offering a 30-year fixed free closer loan at 5.99% rate and APR. That's right, there are no closing costs. Wow! You can lower your monthly payment without increasing your loan balance. Isn't it worth a few minutes of your time to find out how much the Loan Exchange can lower your payment? By the way, if rates go down further next year, you can do the same thing again without any closing costs. Call the Loan Exchange at 855-752-9944 or go to theloanexchange.com for a free closer 30-year fixed rate and APR of 5.99%. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Michelle Smallman here. Do you want to be at the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft. Experience the thrill of the draft firsthand and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't wait. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Yes.
See,
yo paseo.
So Todd is movie relationships, and I'm bringing this up because there are rumors, there are photos, there are proven photos of Sydney Sweeney being at Glenn Powell's sister's wedding.
Oh, you're talking about like the movie romances?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
No, this is in real life though. So they were in
on-set romances.
They were. Let me go backtrack.
Okay.
So they were in Anyone But You together. They were great. They had great chemistry in Anyone But You. The rom-com that came out around this time last year did really well in the box office. Great success, and they want to probably work together again. Great. But there was also some rumors that they were maybe, had more than just on-screen chemistry. She was engaged though, and also Glenn Powell was in a relationship. Glenn Powell ended his relationship. She stayed engaged. And there was a running joke, even when she was on SNL, she's like, oh, my fiance's here. And then it shoots to Glenn Powell. She's like, it's not him. Anyway, so there's that around it. So then there's rumors that Sydney Sweeney and her fiance have been separated for a little bit and that their engagement might be off. And it cuts to her showing up at Glenn Powell's sister's wedding as his date this weekend. And they were canoodling-ish, looking like it at a diner or whatever. But I believe in movie relationships. I believe that there is chemistry that goes beyond just what's on the screen, that they can be real and happen outside of that.
Of course. Absolutely. Yes.
And I've seen about half of, what's it called, Mad About You?
Anyone But You.
Anyone But You.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of steamy scenes, physical scenes. They're both incredibly good-looking people. And if you're doing that all the time, I can see where sparks would fly. Sure, of course.
It happens when you don't have to act like you're kissing.
Right.
That stuff happens. So imagine if you're acting like you're in love.
Right.
Sometimes you do fall in love.
And do you think that they have to get together though because of the public seeing what's happening here? They've been in movies together. She broke off her engagement, presumably, possibly.
What do you mean have to?
Like, do you think that you can't casually date somebody after all this?
Sure, you could.
You could?
I think so.
Yeah. It's Hollywood. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the other part. That's a great point. That anything that is public like that, you always take it with a. Yeah, let's see.
Or let's cut to 2 weeks from now and they announce another movie together and this is all a PR stunt to get us to see the next rom-com installment, which very well could be true.
I do like Sydney Sweeney.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
She's no
great.
arguments here. Was it Meg Ryan and Russell Crowe?
Was that
Fell
an
in love
on-screen
on the set
romance?
of a movie, yes.
Okay. Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yes. She
And
started
then
the movie married and ended married.
Not married?
Yes.
And Meg got with Quaid. That's who she had her children with.
She was with Quaid and got with Russell. Yeah,
it
there you go.
happens a lot.
Happens.
Yeah. It happens. So what's cold? I'm not really sure why I put this as cold, but it's just interesting. Career changes. I just like the story. So Aaron Leonhardt, who is the mastermind behind the Yankees torpedo bats, has one of the, quote, craziest career pivots ever. He earned his PhD from MIT. Smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
Then he worked on a NASA-funded research team, also have to be smart to be on that, was a physics professor at Michigan for 7 years. And then after that, he decided to leave academics at 40 years old to pursue analytics in baseball.
Wow.
And to pursue probably his passion this entire time. And as now, working in analytics and this with the Yankees. So that's a really cool career change.
This is a really cool story that this guy's had, but they're all the same career. Like they're in different places, but he's a math guy.
Yes.
Right? MIT, math guy.
Yes.
NASA, math guy. Physics professor, math guy.
These are probably all physics.
Analytics in baseball, math guy. Like
Yes.
he just takes his math expertise and says, I'm going to go solve this problem. We're going to go to outer space. I'm going to go solve this program. We're going to torpedo bat the league to death. Like, it's just, he's a math guy.
But if you went and did a podcast about food for the Food Network or something, that's not a career change to you?
It's a adjacent.
Shift.
It's broadcasting. What I'm talking about is slightly different, but it would.
You're just talking
it's
about
broadcasting
your passion now.
Right. This guy's just doing math problems, whether to get a rocket up or where to put the sweet spot on the bat. It's math.
If you could put a man on the moon or invent a bat that changes baseball.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, give me the bat.
You think so? Right.
I mean, I'm not saying, look, as far as like the civilization and the frontier of humankind, I understand that the moon is a bigger accomplishment, but I'm the guy that got everybody to hit 30 home runs a year. Let's go.
That's your guy. I like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Smart dude.
I don't ever want to see a 2-1 baseball game for the rest of my life. Let's go.
And one more thing, too. I was just watching this video of Les Snead with Kay Adams on her Up and Adams show, and he was talking about how the Devontae Adams deal came to be. And in that, he talked about he thought of it while in Hawaii when he was on vacation during the Super Bowl. Because he was like, I don't want to go to the Super Bowl if I'm not playing in it. Do you feel? And he said it's because I'm a competitor, because I can't be out there and do this. Les, and he said, I can't go to the Super Bowl unless I'm playing in it. Do you like this mentality, or do you think it's like, oh, it's a Super Bowl, you have the opportunity to go?
That used to be an old rule.
Yeah.
You don't go unless you're playing. So you go for the week, you go for the parties, and you leave the day before the Super Bowl, unless you're playing in it.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I don't
see it. Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, oh, what's he doing there if he did go? And I think especially
like McVay went.
Right. If you are Sean McVay or Les Snead and you've had a lot of success in this league, I don't think there's any rule that you can or can't do anything. I think you do what you want.
Yeah.
But I get the idea of I don't want to go near the thing that I'm trying to get and I missed it.
Yeah.
I get that.
Especially if you came close.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And they did. But, yeah, I wouldn't want to go hang out with somebody that had something that I wanted.
No.
We're
all competing for the same trophy, and I'm not there. Yeah, no doubt.
It's like going to the Oscars when you were kind of like in the race, but then you didn't get nominated. But like, oh, I'll just go because I'm invited.
Yeah.
That would be hard to watch. I think.
If I had not been nominated, but I was, how many people get nominated for Best Actor?
5. Yeah.
If I were the 7th guy, but I thought I should have been in the top 5, I'm not going.
No. Why would I be there?
Yeah.
So you can show me?
Right. Look at what you don't have a chance to win tonight.
He's a great sport. Yay.
Hot and Cold's brought to you by Nextgen, the official AC, heat, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN or nextgenairandplumbing.com. Did you see that Rafael Devers struck out 12 times this weekend?
That's the DH guy, right?
In Boston.
Yeah. He said
12
he's doing it on
times
purpose.
in 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he's trying to strike out?
I don't think he is doing it, but here's the rub.
Yeah.
He was kind of pouty all spring long because Bregman came in and took the third base job.
Yeah.
And now he's DHing, which apparently he doesn't love doing, and he posted 12 Ks in the opening weekend.
That's the wrong way to go about it.
That's not
great.
great.
That's the wrong way to go about protesting.
Like,
yes.
had he said, yeah, exactly. Had he
Yes.
said, look, I'd rather play third and not, but I'll figure this out. Then he just had a bad weekend. But this is one of those,
Why would you hate DHing? Because you don't get to play in the field.
Yeah, and
kind of boring, right?
I would think it would be
What does the
terribly
DH
boring.
do when you're in the field?
Look at video, go take some swings
Go
in
in
the
the
cage.
clubhouse?
Well, they got the iPads in the dugout now.
How boring would that be?
Yeah, talk to your teammates, study the pitcher. Like, I don't know.
Okay,
I'm with you.
Yeah. I'd
I'm
want to
with
play.
you.
That would make me mad too.
Yeah.
If I wanted to play and help my team, and then you put me on the bench basically just to hit.
Yeah, it's a position. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a position on the field. I get it that it's a little weird, but it's not like we just doing it for you.
No.
It's a position.
But I wouldn't. Was that guy's name Titus Young, the football player who purposely lined up offsides in Detroit?
Oh,
to mess up.
I don't know
plays?
this story.
He was so upset they were going to Megatron and not him.
Well,
so he would purposely line up to get the procedure penalty.
That's you got to get out of here, buddy.
They did. They did. They kicked him out quickly. But yeah, I would never sabotage myself.
That reminds me of the story. It was late last year. A player in minor league baseball, apparently a catcher, was telling the opposing hitters what pitches were coming because he didn't want his team to make the postseason so he could go home.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Now he denies it. He denies it. But the team that he was on, they cut him like that. Gone.
You should. You're helping us lose.
Yeah.
I heard Mike Piazza did that so he can get to Roger Clemens in the All-Star game. He was telling the hitters what was coming.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
After Rocket had drilled him in the head.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have heard that.
Yeah.
Well, good. That Rocket earned that.
Right. He was telling them what was coming. Oh, that's cold.
I love that.
That's cold-blooded.
I love that. Yo, you think you're going to... Okay.
Fastball in. Here it comes.
Here it comes. Although even with Clemens, you probably didn't have much of a chance.
No doubt.
The Dump coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Chris Morales, and guess what, Jack? We're back, baby. And you could spend an entire Live Imaging Tuesday with me, 9 hours, to meet everybody at ESPN LA. We'll get you lunch from LA Live. Plus, you can eat pie with Kathy. All you got to do, as part of the Make March Matter campaign with our friends at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, bid on the Lit Experience right now at 710-4chla.com. 710-4FORCHLA.com. And you and me together, it's going to be lit, sucker.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Don't miss the historic showdown on April 5th as the USA Women's National Team takes on Brazil at SoFi Stadium. Celebrate the first ever women's sporting event at SoFi Stadium and experience the excitement of world-class soccer. Bring your friends, bring your family, and witness an unforgettable match. Tickets start as low as $58. But don't wait. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com or visit SoFiStadium.com for more info. Join us and be a part of history.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook.
The countdown is on. In just 3 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
In the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
Pour it on them, black and gold!
The two biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe.
Giroud, Messi,
Lloris,
Suarez,
Bouanga,
Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, Denny!
3 days away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
Join Kathy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park Party and Play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
Time for the dump.
I like that. Generally speaking, I prefer that over the other, unless we're going to be there for a very long time. Hotel or Airbnb, Jorge?
Hotel.
M?
As a single person hotel.
I'm like more Airbnb.
What if we're there 2 nights?
Hotel. If it's just me or my family?
Family.
Airbnb. I need to spread out a little bit.
Just you and your wife.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not touching anything.
Yeah.
Let them clean it up. Absolutely.
That's the thing. I feel like I gotta cook a little bit, but if we're there for a week, Airbnb every time.
I also feel like Airbnbs are always like a little cheap feeling. Like
Airbnb?
I get into the bed and it doesn't feel like.
Well, they're not rolling out their best sheets. They're
It feels like this, or at least ones I've gone to, like this house isn't used for anything else besides being an Airbnb. So there's no care put into it. It's very like sterile, as opposed to a hotel. You can get a little bit of, it's sterile.
Can I be a huge? That's the word I want.
What?
Dilettante for a second.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what makes a huge difference?
What?
The stuff in the kitchen, like the cups, the glasses, the flatware, like that stuff. If it's cheap, it feels like you're going cheap, where if it's nice, it feels like, oh, this is a fancy experience.
That's true.
Just the knives and the forks. Like if I can bend them really easily, we're in a bad, cheap place.
The cheap stuff.
Right? I feel like I'm in a crappy pizzeria. But if you go in there, it's like, oh, this is a real fork. We're in a good spot.
But I have been to nice ones. Like when I went to my friends, they got it for Thanksgiving in Palm Springs, and it was really lovely. Like I've been to really nice ones, but just there's a little bit of a variance.
You pay
Me
for
and the
it,
wife,
for sure.
I like being pampered. Take the hotel.
I like waking up, leaving the hotel, and having it come back spotless.
Yes.
That's the best part.
And the corners are all tucked
And
in
everything's
nice.
fine.
Yes.
Everything's
Are you guys
nice.
the type of people that when you get to the hotel room, say you go for 3 days or a week, you guys put your clothes in
The second I come through the door, and Susan thinks I'm a lunatic.
In the drawer?
In the drawer. Hang everything in the closet. Put everything in the drawers. Put the suitcase underneath the little thing inside the hotel.
Move in.
I move in.
I do that now. I used to not do that. I do that now.
Even if I'm there for one night, I move in.
Okay, I'll hang stuff up, but I'm leaving it in the bag. I'm not going to move in.
I not only do I do it, I like it.
Do you separate your socks?
Yes.
You have a sock drawer at a hotel?
Yes.
Sock drawer?
Socks and undies at the top.
Oh, my God.
T-shirts in the second, shorts in the third, and then everything else hangs.
Makes you feel better. Hey,
I know where my stuff is.
Whatever works, it works, yes.
4 number 1 seeds into the Final Four for the men's basketball tournament. Okay.
Yeah, okay. They should. They're paying for it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And they're all going to transfer.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to like this tournament the way I used to. I'm not. If somebody out there does like it, good for you. I'm glad you still get enjoyment out of it. I tried to watch a little bit. It's like it's really hard for me to watch sports when I have no emotional investment in either the team or the players.
True. I'm going to try this year and watch the game to see if I can get some of that emotional attachment, but I'm not rooting for the laundry anymore. I'm kind of rooting for the player.
Like even Duke, you can't even hate Duke anymore. Like before, it was always fun to root against Duke because they were there all the time, and now it's like, I don't know.
It's still fun to root against Duke.
Yeah.
You know why? Because Duke fans.
Cooper Flagg's pretty good.
He's really good, but Duke fans are annoying. Even the ones that have never been there, that have no business rooting for Duke, those are the ones that drive me nuts.
Yeah, they're the worst ones.
Yeah.
This surprised me. UCLA made the women's Final Four for the first time ever.
Wow.
Really? Like that they made it. I'm like, yeah, okay. First time ever for the women.
Crazy. You'd think that wouldn't be the case.
I would have thought so. I mean, there's a lot of good athletes in Southern California.
Yeah.
USC was a perennial power in women's basketball. You would have thought that UCLA would have upped their game at some point.
And their men's basketball team has been so
men's
good for so
basketball
long.
team's terrific.
I can't remember them being a power even when I was in school.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
Me neither. But that
Stanford
surprised me.
was a scary team.
Stanford was really good. SC and then Tennessee and UConn had the South Carolina.
Never UCLA. You're right.
SC plays UConn tonight for a spot in the Final Four.
A rematch of last year's Elite Eight, where UConn won that game. They are without Juju Watkins, but they have a chance to win. I hope that they win.
You follow it more closely than anybody else that I know.
Sure.
They 1 out of how many tries for them to beat UConn? 5, 4, 3?
1 out of 5 times.
1 out of 5.
Win.
That's not
okay.
That's great, but that's not terrible.
Yeah. So I believe the two best players left in the tournament are Paige Beckers for UConn and Lauren Betts for UCLA. So if USC gets through this, they will play UCLA in the Final Four, which would be a fantastic matchup because that would be the fourth time this year they've matched up. The teams have gone 2-1. They traded blows basically. So will be interesting to see them, but I don't know. I wouldn't put my money on it, I'd say.
Yeah, and Gino's still there, right? Gino Auriemma.
Yes.
Still doing it.
He's been there for
forever.
I mean, is it 40 years?
He might
Is that possible? I mean, it's 30 at least, right?
Yes.
The Suns All-Star Kevin Durant helped to the locker room with 6:57 left in the third quarter. His team's lost to the Houston Rockets on Sunday night after suffering a left ankle sprain while falling to the floor in a collision with Jabari Smith Jr. What a disaster the Suns thing has been.
It's almost like a so what thing.
You're right.
Yeah, and I hate saying that about KD. I love KD, but it's like, so what?
Yeah, they're one of the few teams in the West that feels like a total non-factor.
It completely fell apart in Phoenix, and I don't know why. Why would that fall apart? They're all good.
Well, they've got two really terrific guys, and after that, it falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
Like, what's his face? The guy with the no trade, Beal.
Yeah.
He's not a elite NBA player. He's a good NBA player.
It's just shocking.
And the rest of that team, Booker and Durant, great. Lights out. But the rest of them, no.
You know
bueno.
how I'm looking, right? You've got a pretty good three here, and you're trying to make it work, and that's an example of that should be working, and it's not.
First of all, Austin Reeves is way better than Bradley Beal. A lot better. And then players 4 through the end of the roster, the Lakers are better. Way better than what the Suns have going on right there.
Right.
Gino will be 40 years this year.
40
he was named
years.
the head coach in 1985 at UConn.
He's outlasted
1985?
Everyone in that era
We
has
were
come
in
and
the
gone.
8th grade.
I know. All like
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
Happy birthday to Ewan McGregor, who turns 54. I know Ewan McGregor from Train Spotting and Star Wars. That's it.
There's also Moulin Rouge.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah. So that's what I know him mostly from those three.
He is Obi-Wan Kenobi, though.
Well, I still think of who's the old guy, Alec Guinness. I still think of him.
That's the older version of Obi-Wan. That's the old Ben Kenobi. There you go.
Ben Kenobi. That's right.
And
that's
I
right.
do think still. I'm Your Father scene is the best scene in Star Wars. Second is the Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi at when he's like in the middle of the volcano.
The
lava and everything. And it's like, they're fighting with each other.
You're supposed to be the chosen one.
Exactly. That's the second best scene in all of Star Wars to me.
I'm trying. I think I know what you guys are.
He cut his legs off.
It's in the prequels.
Okay.
Yes.
The last of the prequels.
I'll show it to you right before he becomes Darth Vader.
I think I know it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of crawls out of the muck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Catches fire. Cut his legs off,
Bad-
then he catches
By
fire.
the way, bad way to go.
Yes.
Legs cut off in the fire. No,
in
thank
that
you.
moment, you start to realize why the guy is so evil. I'd be mad too.
Rhea Perlman turns 77 years old today.
Rhea Perlman.
Carla from Cheers.
No way. Married to Danny DeVito.
I believe that.
Yes.
I know she was. Are they still together?
I think they're kind of complicated because I think they were like separated for a little bit and then now are back together-ish.
I watch
They have kids
Cheers
together.
a lot.
You are Kurt and Goldie. You're never breaking up. Yeah, you're there forever.
When was the last time you watched an episode of Cheers?
It's been a minute, but every time it's on, I will watch and laugh.
I watch it maybe not every day, but close to every day
Yeah.
because it's the thing I turn on when I'm folding laundry or whatever it is. She's incredibly funny.
Hilarious. That whole show is
She's
funny.
mean and nasty
Yes.
and just terrific.
Zing!
She's also the evil character in the Mary-Kate and Ashley movie, To Grandmother's House We Go. And that's
I
how
didn't know
I was familiar with her game to begin with.
I saw a movie this weekend.
What'd you see?
I can't tell you where I saw it because it may be
Tell me what you saw.
illegal.
What movie?
Mickey 17.
Oh, yeah, I like that one a lot.
That was weird.
Plot?
It was weird.
It was weird. It's about cloning and stuff. I'll let Emily describe
So
it. Yeah.
Robert Pattinson is the lead character. It's a Bong Joon-ho movie, the guy who did Parasite.
Okay,
And it's much more like his other movies besides Parasite. It's much more like Okja combined with The Host, etc. So it's in a world in which there's a colony of people that is moving to another planet. So they're trying to figure out people to move to another planet, and you can sign up to be a expendable, which means that your body, every time you die, is reprinted as yourself, and then
So you're you, and we ask you to do like weird stuff, and if you die, we just bring you back.
Yeah, it's
Like to where I left off?
Yeah, and you sign up for this. You're an expendable.
A literal crash test dummy. And if you are every time you die, a new thing gets reprinted, but they can print it without you dying. And so the issue comes when he doesn't die on one of these missions, and they print another one of him. And
now there's two.
There's multiples, and so they're trying to track him down and do that.
It was weird.
Mark Ruffalo was bad in it. I don't think he was very good.
It's a sci-fi movie that you're not. It's like it's not really. It's sci-fi.
It's silly,
but it's not sci-fi. It's like this is so weird.
They're having fun with it.
Where did you see it?
I can't tell you where I saw it.
Why can't you tell us where we saw it?
Did you see it where Jorge sees his movies?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Not that Jorge has an illegal setup or anything like that.
I wouldn't recommend Mickey 17 to everybody, but if you like Robert Pattinson being a little weird, I would recommend it.
I liked it. I did. It was just weird. It's just like, wow, I never saw this coming. This is oddly good.
Bong Joon-ho has such a funny and a special sense of humor. Like, if you ever listen to him talk about anything, he's just very silly. So go in with that.
I liked Parasite. That's all I know about Bong Joon-ho, is that was a movie, and it was creepy, and it was weird, and oddly had some funny moments in it. Happy birthday, 82nd birthday to Christopher Walken.
Hey!
One of the great weirdos of the last 30, 40, 50 years.
What was that movie, the Sicilian scene, with him and Dennis Hopper? Was it Quentin Tarantino movie? True Romance?
Okay.
True Romance. Yeah. The Sicilian scene with him and Hopper.
I think of him in the first thing I think, and he's been in a million things, is Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yes, Captain Kuntz.
Where Bruce Willis hears about the watch.
Kuntz. Little man.
Right, Jorge?
Exactly.
I gave the watch to you. Yes.
82. Christopher Walken's been doing this a long time. The Matrix came out today. Tommy Boy came out today. A lot of stuff came out March 31. Super Crosstalk. Ireland's back. It's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland is next after Travis and DeMarco.
Do you ever have hairy buffalo? Do you know what hairy buffalo is? So you would take a bathtub.
I know what a Mickey's was.
We did this at Bowling Green. You take a bathtub. You fill it up with like fruit and some fruit juice and
jungle
stuff.
juice.
Then you pour grain alcohol in, and you let it sort of marinate, and then you just get absolutely ripped.
Yeah, it's jungle juice.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Children's Hospital Los Angeles is a leader in breakthrough pediatric care, treating complex cases and advancing life-saving research. In support of CHLA's 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, ESPN LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 appearances to help fund critical treatments for children. Every dollar raised supports CHLA's essential work to provide expert care, innovative therapies, and hope to families in need. Visit 710forchla.com to bid and make a difference for kids today.
Calling all Angels fans. Visit Pechanga Resort Casino on Saturday, April 5th for a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. Simply show your club card and receive a free jersey while supplies last. Visit the club for more details. Show your love for Angels baseball and Pechanga all season long. Don't miss your chance for a free Pechanga Angels jersey. April 5th, Pechanga Resort Casino, proud sponsor of Angels baseball.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plastpro, April 17th through the 20th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeaglelachampionship.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hey, 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Woo. Mace is on vacation. AK is here. Ireland is back from the road trip. You were gone the whole week.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're out all next week, too. Well, actually, we're out 3 days next week. This is the weird 2 games in Oklahoma City, followed by Luka versus AD in Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a week from now.
And how many games left? 9?
8. 4 home, 4 road.
Okay.
But, Andy, I don't know if you picked up on this in your Locked On Lakers world, but the Lakers played more games in the month of March, 17, this week's 17th game tonight, than they've ever played in a month in their history.
Really?
And
because of the fire rescheduling?
Yeah.
And as somebody who's covered this team for a long time, I can tell you it certainly felt that way.
Yeah.
Well, I looked today at a calendar, and I haven't had a day off, like where I'm either not traveling or not on a plane or working a game for a month and a half.
Wow. What do you normally play in a month?
14.
14. So 3 more games. It's not too much.
But
yeah.
think about this. If you play 4 games a week, when they make it 5, that's a lot.
That's a big deal.
We had one stretch, DeMarco, where we played 6 games in 8 days.
Okay, so why are all the old
Jorge,
heads
does
saying...
this mic sound lousy? It sounds like it sounds
It's a little scratchy in my
Why
headset.
are all the old heads saying that we used to do this back in the day, flying commercial?
Well, Michael's the worst person in the world to ask about this because his load management answer is like, how would you solve the fact that 80% of the league stars take off 10 games a year? And Michael goes, I don't want to hear that crap. We walked to school both ways uphill in the snow with no shoes. But it's not an answer to
Were
the
you
problem.
standing next to me at Mason's party? Because that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, the dumbest part of all this is I guarantee if you asked like Wilt or Jerry West or those players about Michael's really tough generation, they would say they were soft as bleach.
Exactly.
Oh,
like
really?
every,
Okay.
The generation after the generation always thinks the previous one had it tougher, easier, all of it. It is what it is. You got to play, and the rules change, and the expectations change. That playing every game was what Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan did. That's not how it is anymore.
I mean,
it's fine.
but where I think people make the mistake a lot is putting this all on the players, and it's not all on the players. It is
scheduling.
I think a lot of this is honestly on the owners.
Yeah,
the owners are paying these guys now, particularly superstars, 50, 60, up to 70 million
and
a
it's
season.
going up.
It keeps going up, and the best return on investment that they can get is with the playoffs and a deep playoff run. So they have clearly no issue with players. If you want to call it load managing, if you want to call it that, they clearly have no problem with it because they could stop it if they wanted to.
Just get to the postseason?
They're good with it.
Well,
they're good with it.
We're not the 4 of us specifically, but sports fans, generally speaking, have a culpability in it as well, which is we've decided that the only thing that matters is championships. That only that the championship
Ring culture.
only how many rings? Well, if you didn't win the ring, you had a terrible season. Why did you even bother to go through it? And the 4, 5, 6 months of regular season that is fun and interesting gets designated as meaningless because it's not for the ring necessarily. So why would I play in something that doesn't matter?
Here's the big issue they
or
need
prioritize
to,
it at the very least.
Yes.
Throwing all that out, the issue they have, and it happens almost every city we go to, I hear this. Somebody picked one game to go to, and they spent $1,000 to take their kids.
Yeah.
And then they get there, and no Luka, no LeBron, no Austin Reeves. The Lakers had a game, and I think it was almost a message to the NBA saying, okay, you're going to make us play 6 games in 8 days. This is what you
This
get.
is when they had the 8 guys down or whatever it was?
The top 7 rotation guys sat. And
I don't know if that was a message. That was one of the rescheduled games, correct?
Right.
I mean, what's the message to the Fires? This was something the league had
When
to
have you ever seen 7 guys in a non-playoff clinch thing sit out?
Never.
It happens very rarely, but at the same time, these are all guys who've been dealing with stuff. They didn't just.
But everybody.
Yeah. They all had injury designation.
Is there a way to
right?
Let's obviously the Lakers and the Clippers. Did the Clippers have games rescheduled too?
I don't know. I think they had one.
They did?
Nobody's going to start playing games till everybody starts playing games.
So my I guess what I'm getting at is
they may have been on the road when we had our home games.
Could you have said we're not going to play these games again unless they become necessary for seeding or for whatever? Because in baseball, I understand there's a lot more games.
I know where you're going. Go back to Andy's original point. They want the money.
So they're just not giving up a date.
Yeah.
Because in baseball, once in a blue moon, they will. Like if a game gets rained out between the Angels and the pick a team, the Tigers, that doesn't affect the seedings, they just won't replay it. That wasn't an option at all?
If you're going to do that, if you're going to kneecap a game like almost every team in the league has done this year, just do it at home. So then they have another chance. What I hate is you go into New York for your one game in New York. Somebody spent all that money and you sit 5 guys.
I mean, there are plenty of people in L.A. Their one opportunity to see a game is the one game that they plunk down tickets for.
I'd say wait for the playoffs.
Right. So how do you propose fixing it?
You can't. That's the solution. You can't fix it.
I disagree.
How?
First thing I would do, there's several things you can do. I hate that answer you just gave. Hate the answer of, it is what it is. It's Pepe used it last week and we killed him for it. It is what it is. You could easily move the season back 2 weeks and get rid of all the back-to-backs.
But you still have plenty of players who are missing games because they're actually injured.
Right. Do you think that would solve the problems of guys
wouldn't
tanking
solve it,
games?
but it would make it better.
You asked how do you solve it. The answer to how do you solve it is you can't. If you want to talk about
with that.
If a team, and we'll just use the Lakers since they're the ones that we talk about the most, if the Lakers believe that the best chance for them to win an NBA championship is for LeBron James to play roughly 65 games, whether those 65 games are played in a 200-day window or a 220-day window, he's still going to play 65 games.
I've heard more people say, like, Kobe was like this, Jordan was like this, I think LeBron's like this. They're aware that it's the old line for the Billy Joel song. I know that it's me they're coming to see. They want to play.
Yeah.
But if you get rid of the back-to-backs, every team believes that their players are more likely to get injured in the second game of a back-to-back. Now, whether it's true or not, every team believes it. So get rid of them. Make it harder. Like Andy said earlier, I don't completely blame the players for this. If you have 6 games in 8 days, that's a league issue. Mm-hmm. That's the league handed you a schedule. You play 6 games in 8 days. Probably every guy is not going to play all 6 games. And you ran into a situation where...
Did anybody in the Laker roster play on all 6 of those? Or did they schedule the off days?
They set 7 of them against Milwaukee. Yeah. So, no.
That's crazy.
But the Lakers aren't the worst offenders.
No, I'm just because we're talking about the Lakers.
This all started because Greg Popovich, when the Spurs were good,
DNP
on a nationally televised game, flew them all home.
Yeah, he did.
Flew Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, Kawhi Leonard, all home.
Maybe you guys are going to talk. I'm sorry, John. They're going to get into this on your show today. Torpedo bats. Did they crack the code of bats, or is this just a weekend where a new thing came out and 2 things lined up at the same time?
Well, what was interesting to me about it was that Aaron Judge elected not to use the torpedo bat.
Right.
And hit 3 home runs in the same game.
Right.
He may come around.
So that means the Brewers stink much more than the torpedo bats matter.
Mike Judge could use like a broom handle and get a home run.
Mike Judge could like Beavis and Butthead.
Mike Judge.
King of the Hill. Yeah, that's
King of the Hill.
King and Hill, Beavis and Butthead.
Idiocracy.
So you brought up Judge. DeMarco and I were talking about this earlier. If you're Shohei Ohtani, if you're Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, Machado, whoever, right? Best guys. Do you mess around with the bat, or you just keep using what's put you in the Hall of Fame?
If I was Aaron Judge, I would keep doing what I'm using. But if I needed something to shake it, it's like when a new golf club comes out, I'll try it.
That's what he said.
That's right. But if you're making
Punch and Judy hitters now just banging home runs,
you're the best putter in your group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not changing.
You are the best putter in your group, and all of a sudden, somebody else in your group shows up with a torpedo putter,
right?
Starts making everything. Do you change the putter you're using?
No, not if am I making my putts?
You're the best putter in the group, and you keep making putts.
Now I'm on your neck.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But I'm on your neck. This thing fixed me. You're not going to try it.
Don't you still have your same old bent Titleist putter that you make all those putts
do.
with?
Yes.
Why have you never changed it?
Because I make putts with
it. Well,
What if you get better with this thing?
He may not need the help, John, of the putter.
Yeah.
You might. That's the difference.
If Miguel Rojas has 25 home runs with a torpedo bat, then he should have a torpedo bat. But if I'm Ohtani, I'm
good,
What if this
putter makes you better? Come on.
But what if it makes me worse? And that's what I don't want to find out.
Then go back to your bet title.
But then you may have started screwing things up. You get in your own
and
head.
The gods are offended that you spit in their eye.
I think they're all the same guys.
The
What were you going to say, John? Yeah.
Have any of you guys watched Fight for Glory, the Apple TV?
Not yet. We talked about it.
We talked with R.J. Cutler last week.
Yeah.
CJ Cutler.
I just finished it. If you're a Dodger fan, it's a must-watch. If you're a Yankees fan, do not watch it.
Oh, okay.
I had forgotten how they maybe for the first time in Major League Baseball history, absolutely gacked Game 5 of the World Series. They were up 5-0, and they made 3 of the worst errors you will ever see. Trav,
back to back.
That has to be pressure, right? Aaron Judge did not have an error the entire season, and he dropped a routine fly ball.
Spike,
Garrett
and then
Cole
goal. Yeah.
forgot to cover first base. You learned that in high school.
You're right.
That's pressure, right? They buckled under the World Series lights.
I'm going to make the case for and against. The case for pressure is the circumstance and the fact that they all happened back to back. And once one happened, everybody tightened up a little bit, made the second one more likely, made the third one more likely. That's the case for it. I can make a case, though, that each 3 of those plays, I can tell you what happened. If you watch the Judge ball, okay, when you get it from the high behind home plate camera, and you can look right into his face, Kike Hernandez is on first base. He's coming in to catch the ball, and right before he goes to catch the ball, he looks over to see how far Kike's off the bag.
But Trav, 0 errors in 180 games.
I'm not saying.
And so why does it happen then?
Because he's
never done that in the previous 180 games?
He's done it before, but he's trying to make a big play, and he looked at the wrong possible time. He took his eye off the ball for half a second and misses it.
How does Garrett Cole not cover first base?
I have a theory on that, too. The Volpe play where he threw it in the dumper at third, that's actually a difficult play. It's not a play that he shouldn't have made, but of the 3, that was the most physically difficult one. Here's the one on Cole. Keep it in mind, he got the bases loaded with nobody out because of Judge and because of Volpe.
Checked out.
Now the bases are loaded, right? I got bases loaded, nobody out, and the game is kind of hanging in the balance. He strikes out Gavin Lux.
Strikes out
Shohei Ohtani.
Woo!
I'm almost out of this. Here comes Mookie Betts, who's just as dangerous as Shohei Ohtani. I throw a pitch, and I get a squibber, and I'm like, I gotta. I forgot to cover first base.
Yeah, but again, never happened in any of the previous games. It was like, what this reminded me of, Andy, you'll appreciate this as a USC guy. That unbelievable national championship game between USC and Texas.
I don't know if I'm going to appreciate this one, John.
In the middle of that game, Reggie Bush, who won the Heisman that year, lateraled the ball to a white guy who had not touched the ball all season.
Why?
They had all these weapons. They had Lendale White and Dwayne Jarrett and Reggie Bush, and I don't even remember that guy's name. He threw, and the guy was so shocked he dropped
stunned.
Why, Reggie?
Right. Again, I would argue.
See, that's Reggie trying to do too much.
Pressure will break a pipe. I think.
Did pressure break Roki?
No. I will go to my grave with the Garrett Cole thing. I think he thought he escaped, and for half a second he lost his mind, and oh no, I'm in no man's land. Because the second you don't go, the second you throw that pitch and it's hit to your left, you have to go.
There's a theory,
especially with Mookie being that fast. If I don't go right away, he's safe, and that's what happened.
There's a theory in Fight for Glory that there was a play earlier in the game where Mookie hit the exact same ball to first base. Hit the exact same ball. And Anthony Rizzo fielded it, ran to the bag, and touched it out.
There was some
so when it happened again, Cole goes, he's got it.
Right.
And so that's
interesting.
Every pitcher I know learns that in high school.
The second the ball is hit to your left as a pitcher,
you do drills
you go.
nonstop.
You go.
I believe the white guy in question with Reggie Bush in the lateral would be Brad Walker.
I still don't even remember that name.
Brad
do
Walker?
You?
Wow. Brad Walker.
Did he ever have a carry?
I don't know
USC?
who he is. I don't know who he is.
Wasn't he like a backup tight end or something like that?
I think he was like at the backup fullback.
I
did a Google search for Reggie Bush lateral Rose Bowl.
What was he doing?
I didn't feel I needed to be that specific.
Ireland's back. AK's here. That's Super Cross-Tech. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, it's Chris Morales, and guess what, Jack? We're back, baby. And you could spend an entire